Okay, there we go. I gotta go live everywhere, multi-streaming and all that nonsense. Watch your YouTube. Oh, my panel. Thank you. Oh, I'm still riding the high of that skill. Zinvi, don't make me fucking shake you. I'll grab you and I'll shake the shit out of you. But hi, Zinvi. Um, it's still really good. I'd play it with you if you got it. Is it? Can you play them? Wait, play a Night Rain. Do you have Night Rain? Or are you talking about Liza P? Is Liza P multiplayer? Or are you talking about Night Rain? Because if I did get out, whoa, what am I being put in jail for? Oh, Helldivers. Oh, I probably wouldn't get it. I forgot I even was talking about Helldivers. Y'all, I yap too much to remember the things I'm actually yapping about. I'm not gonna lie. You'd hate Sekiro? I'm not putting myself through that. You'd hate Mortal Shell? I've never heard of Mortal Shell. I probably would. Listen, I like the FromSoft Souls games specifically. I did want to try Bloodborne, but that was on whatchamacallit, like PlayStation only. And while I do have a PlayStation, I didn't feel like going through all the effort of like doing the capture card and everything you'd have to do for that. I'm too lazy, I'll be so honest. And then I'd actually have to get the game. But then didn't they come out with isn't it like Bloodborne 2 basically coming out on the Switch 2 at some point? Listen, I hate Nintendo and everything that they're doing, but like I'm not gonna lie, I do want to Switch 2. I want to Switch 2 specifically for the new Pokemon game. I know it's going to run like complete dog shit on my current Switch, because the Pokemon game that came out on the current Switch ran like dog shit. But I don't know. They might get my ass. If I get a job and can afford it by the time that Pokemon game, what is that, November? God, I hope I'm employed by then. If I am, I'll say when I am. I might. And I do miss like streaming Switch games, because I like a lot of Nintendo's titles. I can't lie. Fiery Mudkip, welcome in. Hello. I heard Helldivers. Yeah, we were talking about Helldivers. I never got into it myself, but I don't think I would. I considered it at times, but I don't think it's my type of game. Watching your panel was this a real experience? Oh my god! Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Vivi. Y'all are so kind. Y'all are so nice to me. Stop. You got me over here kicking my feet. Actually heard the opposite in terms of Scarlet Violet. Wait, what do you mean? I wonder how cool Pokemon would be if Nintendo gave Game Freak a good and try. Yeah, God. Oh, don't get me started. I'm gonna lose it. Jay, check the meme chat in your server. The memes in my server. Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Oh fuck. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. BRB picking up dinner. Are you getting some for me? I'm here to steal you. Steal my eyeballs. Why? Why would you take these from me? I kind of need them. I mean, I guess I'm a bat, so I really actually go off of echolocation more than vision. But like, please don't take my eyeballs. I do need these. The gameplay is super smooth on Switch 2. People are saying, yeah. No, that's what I mean. Is that like, the gameplay is gonna be dog shit on the regular Switch for Legends EA, because Scarlet Violet came out on the regular Switch in the quality and like gameplay on the regular Switch was dog shit for like the Switch 2 not even being out yet. But no, the Scarlet and Violet, it looks like those games were made for the Switch 2, because they run as they should on the Switch 2. Spooky! How dare you? This is a hate crime. This is a hate crime that you have just committed. Okay? Do you know that? The Google Doc is being created. Remember that. What'll help with echolocation? Get all the hair out of it. The hair's not in the way! Oh, no, you're good. You're good, Glove. You're good. I need an extensive amount of eyes. I'm sorry. I can't offer up mine. I actually really need these. I do know some VTubers that have like multiple sets of eyes, so they could probably spare a set. These are the only ones I got though. I can't let you have them. The FPS upgrade for Scarlet Violet on the Switch 2 is sad because I don't want to play 500. Exactly! That's what I mean. Like, I think Scarlet Violet was made for the Switch 2. Like, I don't even know why they put it out for the Switch when, like, it seems like they probably created and, like, did all of the fucking optimization for that game on the Switch 2. Like, it runs as it should properly on the Switch 2, which is insane. And I mean, Game Freak and Nintendo got to completely get away with it because they can get away with anything and everything. Oh, but so I know whenever Legends ZA comes out, it's also going to run like dog shit on the regular Switch, which is kind of why I want the Switch too, because like I am definitely going to be playing that game. I will say the only Pokemon game I haven't played is the like Scarlet Violet DLC. I did not play that one. I didn't buy it and play it. But outside of that, I'm like, I play every single, like, Pokemon game that comes out. So Legends ZA is going to be no exception. But having to get a Switch 2 for it to run any type of good kind of fucking sucks. So that's just, like, up in the air right now. I don't know. Man. We know there are no bugs. I've been telling y'all I don't have bugs in my hair. This is lies made by Big State. I don't know. I still don't like Scarlet Violet because the story sucked. Oh, I don't even remember the Scarlet Violet story, to be honest. What is it? The Ground Zero? Was that Scarlet Violet? With the other ones? Nintendo can lick my salty Goombas. I'm gonna be pissed if I gotta buy the Switch too. I think I'm gonna have to. I really, it's not looking good. I'll say that it's not looking good, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. The bridge we need to cross right now is covered in Femboys, and they're absolutely fucking dying left, right, and center. Really, it's only one of them dying. But we got some Femboy drama to cover. So, as y'all might have been aware, for those who were not here last stream, I'll give a quick little recap on what's been going on in the Femboy VTuber community. No one should be able to say that about a Pokemon game. It shows, yeah, that is very true. That is extremely true. Where's that first post? Why did it scroll me down so far on this dude's page? Okay, here we go. Covered in Femboys. It is tea time. It is tea time. All right, let me make sure I get the right thing showing here. Twitter. And it's going to be this one. Yep, here we go. That's a quote right there. out of context. It's not even really out of context. It's Anyways. For those who were not here on Monday, whenever this drama was initially happening, we were covering it. Calum VT here, who is a Twitch and YouTube partner, pretty big VTuber, he put out a document covering my experience with Shizu VT, a warning. In the document, I'll give the TLDR here because he has it at the top, guilt tripping and patterns of manipulative behavior. Basically, him, Calum, and Shizu both ended up having their debut scheduled for the same day. And whenever they found out, it was complete coincidence that it happened. But whenever it was realized that they both had their debut happening on the same day, while they were messaging, I think Calum messaged Shizu first. It was like, hey, is your debut also on May 25th or whatever? And Shizu responded confirming that. It seemed like Calum was trying to laugh it off, hey, oh, that sucks, but it'll be funny to whenever we look back at it. While Shizu was extremely upset about this, trying to get Calum to push the debut in any way possible, even if he could push it by a couple of hours. And what ended up happening is Shizu kind of blew up at Calum, because in the past, whenever Shizu was first working on his debut, his 1.0 debut, he had commissioned Calum a year ago to make the model art for it, which Calum was unable to deliver on. And so the emotions of that happening were like brought back up, and then their debut happening on the same day whenever they're both in the Femboy VTuber community, and so they share audiences and they share a lot of mutual friends. That came up to Shizu just absolutely exploding at Caleb. Oh, Caleb, all he did really, he kind of stayed like calm and like level-headed throughout the thing, and he was able to push his debut back by like 2 hours, I believe. But really after it all, Caleb ended up unfollowing and blocking Shizu, and then came out with this document kind of warning people on this behavior. I'll be honest, whenever we first went over it, it seemed like a bunch of nothing. But Caleb does include at the end that while this like might seem insignificant or petty, multiple other documents will follow this one from different creators. And so going back into that, we have now the other documents that people have come out with. So we have 3 new documents from people putting out their experiences with Shizu VT, and that's what we're going over today. So we have one from Moxie6, and I believe these are all Femboy VTubers. Let me see if I can get a confirmation on that. I know Moxie is a Femboy VTuber. God, I'm really hoping nothing in SFW pops up. Moxie is another Femboy VTuber who put out a document. I'm scrolling very carefully. So theirs is titled like not taking accountability. Cyber Lazu, another Femboy VTuber. Oh yeah, Nyx was the third one. There we go. I was like, I know there were 3 of them. Saying, hey, I know this is a little out of the norm for me, but I can't keep living in silence any longer. My experience with Shizu. And then Nyx, who is yet another Femboy VTuber. Scrolling very carefully. Okay, there we go. Has his also, him? Yes. Has his document with my experience with Shizu VT. So we have 3 new documents against Shizu that we will be covering today. Starting with, I believe this one is, you know what, I should just reopen these. Don't worry about that video. So starting with Moxie's, we have the TLDR at the top, false statements, missing context, lying about peace, attempt in breach of privacy. There are document tabs. We have the TLDR tab, which is this first one. We then have November 2023, bat statement, messaging X and slander, Femboy server, Claire's screenshot, next online post statements, and ending. So we got quite a bit we're going over today. Let me go ahead and zoom into this so I can read it to y'all and see what's happening. So this is just a TLDR page. So we have Shizu twisting the narrative on Bat Statement and Mama Akko's stream last night. Shizu reaching out to my previous partner, asking questions regarding me. Shizu warning me and Cyber Lazu to avoid a streamer he viewed as a threat to his Twitch average numbers. And Shizu skipping out context to make me look bad towards my mod and blames the Femboy community. Golly. Femboy server, you said? Hold on, do they have a link to it? No, I think the Femboy server got deleted. I'm so sorry. It looks like it's no longer there. That's so unfortunate. I would have. Well, that's not my thing personally. I would have gone in there a little bit. Skull! Hi, Skull! Hold on, I'm giving you a shout out. I met Skull at Virality this past weekend. He's so funny. Y'all should absolutely check out Skull Mutt. Incredible artist. Yeah, I'm so sorry. The Femboy server is no longer around. I heard Femboy drama. Yes, the Femboys are still fighting. Would you please? Hi, yes! Hi, we're covering Femboy drama in the VTuber community. Starting with this first document from Moxie. So we have, I'm in the middle of Walmart and I fell to my knees when you said shut the fuck up, Gamma. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so locked in for Femboy drama. Yes. So let's go right into November 2023, which is the first document tab. Moxie here started saying, quick summary, I will leave this streamer's name out. If he decided to speak up or say anything, that's on him. On our last group meeting, he stated to me and Cyber, you guys should avoid this streamer. I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. He's probably going around telling his viewers to stop watching other creators like us. If you Twitch raid this streamer, you will never see your average viewers again. I raided him once and I never saw them again, but I always see them on this streamer's Twitch. Vitani! Thank you for the follow! Welcome in! Alright, let's see if I can pay attention this time. I believe in you, zombie. Not the Femboys thing. The Femboys are in shambles! They're fighting! Oh my god! Thank you so much for the sub! Y'all should honestly check out Sleepy Vitani. They have not debuted yet, but their model is so gorgeous. I'm so excited. Have you debuted? Did I just lie right then? I might have lied. I thought you were planning a debut, but it might have already happened. I'll admit, I'm bad at keeping up with things. But your model's gorgeous. And I wasn't, yes! I wasn't wrong. Okay. Anyways. Back to the Femboys. Little distraction, but y'all should go check out Sleepy Vitani. Beautiful model. So he's saying if you raid this streamer, that you will never see your average viewers again because they'll go over to this dude's stream instead. So Moxie continues here saying, we thought it was insane and we didn't know what to say, so we ended the call and left it at that. I ignored what he said and instead, I raided the streamer within a week. The streamer complimented me, gave me a shout out and said, thank you so much for the raid. Moxie is a friend of mine, but that's been really supportive for a long time. There are people who are mean to me, but Moxie isn't one of them. So that's, I guess, the whole quick summary here. So getting into November of 2023, later that night, I attended an Overwatch game night with a few friends and mods over on a private channel in my server. Alcohol, good God, I swear I can speak. Alcohol was involved, and we were intoxicated, and some were intoxicated, me included. I mentioned this streamer's shout out and how it left me with a bad taste and how people mistreated him. Shizu joined halfway into the conversation and voiced his opinion. Yeah, but you should still be careful of said streamer. Feeling annoyed with that comment, I said in VC to Shizu, there's something I need to talk to you about in private. So they left the VC and went into a call in private. And the first 10 minutes of the conversation were calm and tame. And I voiced my opinion stating you can't be going around and saying stuff like that. It makes you look terrible. It can lead to people misinterpreting you. Which Shizu asked, what's wrong with how I talk to people? Moxie says, I explained to him that the words and tones he used towards certain other creators and how it was used doesn't sit right with me and to them. And Shizu then decided to be pushy with me and demanded to know who I had an issue with instead. Who had an issue with him instead of addressing the actual issue. I said, nope, not going to happen. You didn't explain to Cyber who had an issue with him, so why should I say? And then within Cyber's future documents. So I will say, this is like everything that has happened with like these documents dropped is like 100% a coordinated attack against Shizu's character. Which, like, if Shizu's a bad person, you know, it's like, it's good that they're giving that information, but like I don't know, I feel some type of way about the fact that like all of these creators like coordinated this like attack against Shizu when like I'm gonna say it now, from what all of this is, it's probably just all petty drama that they should have just like stopped being friends with this guy and like discussed it privately than like doing this coordinated attack. But that's just that's my thoughts. Just one sec. I had to turn off, the Alexa alarm was going off. So back into this. Moxie continues this saying, Shizu got upset with me not giving up the names and said, you know what, Moxie? You never once defended me. And that sparked me into having a crash out. The Femboys are crashing out. They smell like 3-day-old fish heads. Oh God, it's all petty. It's all petty drama. I'll be so honest. I already know from the first document how all of these are going to be. Nothing actually bad. Like, people just got their feelings hurt, but like there really hasn't been any like crimes committed or anything like that. It's just people don't know how to have adult conversations with one another. But I'm about to crash out. Insert image of the pastiest white nerd. Yes. Oh my God. It's a lot of fanfare for what seems like they just have ick situation. Like, is it? Yes. It's. I'm just giving y'all warning now. This is all petty bullshit. This is all petty bullshit. But I still want to know the details of petty bullshit, and that's why we're covering it. So, this Moxie This Femboy right here, crashing out right now. For the remainder of the call, I voiced every concern and issue I had with Shizu. I held nothing back during that call. Admittedly, I was intoxicated and frustrated with Shizu. I spoke to him in a way that he described as verbally abusive, which was loud, aggressive, and held nothing back on how I felt about him and how he treats other creators / friends. Crash Out's categorized as drama now. Yes. I wasn't satisfied because it's not. Listen, these people don't know what actually crashing out. Like the term crashing out has been watered down so much. But I'm not gonna get into that. Going back into the doc. I wasn't satisfied with how he talks to smaller content creators, the choice of words he describes my friends / mutuals, how he views members within the Femboy group, how he tried and forced me to give up information on people which I didn't feel comfortable sharing, how he describes streamers and how we should avoid him just because of stealing viewership. Oh yeah, so what? Yeah, no. Like, crashing out. I crashed out with League, cost me 3 mice and 2 keyboard. Yeah, like crashing. The true term of crashing out. Like, if somebody crashes out, somebody's going to jail. Like that's what's happening in a crash out. Like you are committing a violent crime. But it has been watered down so much more, so badly compared to like. Crashing out means like crashing out is like whether it's like a shooting, a fight, a stabbing, like a fucking burglary. Like crashing out is normally a violent crime. Like that's the origins of that term. But because it's been like so like it was then kind of watered down into like crashing out is just like violent but not necessarily a crime, so like breaking things, that could still be in like the original definition or like the original like term of it. Yeah, it's like losing your it's now used as losing your marbles, like going just like losing it in the sense of like somebody will crash out by like this person says like they started screaming or yelling at being loud and aggressive towards Shizu. But like no, the original term of crashing out was like you are committing a violent crime or a serious act of violence. But it's been watered down now, which like that happens to most like terms just in this day and age. Anytime the internet gets a hold of, I'll say it happens to most like terms of AAV. Anytime the internet gets a hold of a term like from the Black community, they immediately water it down. It turns into Gen Z speak or Gen Alpha speak, whatever you want to call it now. But not related to the Femboys. We gotta get back on. We gotta stay focused. Stay focused, brothers. Oh, hold on. Let me. I've missed messages. I think, yeah. Don't. Oh yeah. We have 3 documents just on the Femboys. We have more documents to cover even after the Femboys. Fortunately, it's been plenty. Yeah, exactly. Difference between heated rambling and kicking someone in the balls so hard they burst. Correct. Meme culture milks it until it dries. Exactly. Hello, Zoe. Welcome in. How's it going? I actually remember to look over at my YouTube chat. I'm so proud of myself. But anyways, back to the Femboys. So we have Moxie crashing out on Shizu right now about how he speaks about these different creators, different topics, different things. Is it Churus too? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, jingle, pay attention. Oh, people always just use AV like people. Yes, yeah, it's. Anyways, so Moxie continues saying, I wasn't going to allow this behavior to continue because it was inexcusable and needed to be changed if we are going to continue with the Femboy group. Oh, thank you for the Queen's Care package, Torf. I should hydrate. I got so much to cover. Shizu then stopped me and said, I don't want to be on call anymore. I stopped, calmed down, and said, I didn't call to make you feel terrible nor to yell at you. I called because this is a serious issue to me and other individuals. I am sorry for how it was handled, but I'm not sorry for what I said. And then the call ended. The following day, Shizu spoke to me in VC and said, and or Shizu asked to speak to me in VC, and so we did. He was vocal about last night and asked, do you remember what you said last night? I said I did, and I still stand by what I said. I'm sorry for how it was handled, but I'm not sorry for what I said. He then labeled me as a liar, and I was vocal with, I'm currently hungover, what do I gain from this? He later explained how he no longer wishes to be part of the Femboy group and wants nothing of it anymore. Since he created the Femboy group, he decided to delete the server, hence why there aren't any screenshots of the server. He also stated that he no longer wants any interactions with me and stated, please, this is my livelihood. I don't want any drama. So funny. So funny. Look at where we are now. I agreed and apologized on how I handled the conversation during that night. That was the end of the Femboy group, and when Shizu officially cut ties with the three of us, me, Cyber Lazu, and Clueless Nick. So all the three people that have dropped documents on Shizu. I don't fault anyone for sharing their experience, good nor bad. I apologize on how it was handled, but not what I said. For the next few months, people came up to me and wanted to know what went on in November of 2023 in VC inside my private server. Still feeling guilty. To some, I didn't explain. To some, I asked what's being said about me. Not everyone wanted to explain it. I understood and went on about my day. To a very few people, I explained the situation, but stated in the end, we just want to move on from this. I respected our agreements. Until we get into more of these documents. This is my first time seeing you. You seem like a cool person. Oh my God, thanks. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little fella. I'm amazed at how people can make these docs. I don't have the mental power and no, like I don't think I could ever make a Google Doc on somebody. Like, this is too much work. Y'all know me. I'm fucking lazy. I'm not. That's like the same thing when I say, like, I doubt a Google Doc would ever come out against me about, like, being two-faced or anything like that. Because, like, that's a lot of work. I'm too lazy to put on, like, a facade or, like, not be who I am or, like, anything like that. It's too much work. I don't know how people, like, be spinning webs of lies. I'm going to trip over one of these webs because I can't keep up. I'm too fucking lazy. I'm gonna make one about you not letting us eat, but oh, Stone Poet, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I couldn't do a doc, but I could verbally, oh yeah, ranting? I got that covered, baby. I got that covered. Two-form VTuber, four has two faces, can't be two-faced, make it make sense. You're so right. You're so right. I love that I have that, like, the fact that, like, that's my whole lore when, like, I can't even do that IRL. I can't do that myself. I couldn't keep, like, two identities going on at the same time. Fuck no. You know, I gave it's just me, but after Cinder, I got tired of VTuber drama. Like, can we all just be cute animal people online? No, for real. Like, this is so unnecessary. Like, all it is like people not able to communicate properly with one another. Like, it all just boils down to communication. That's the root of every single one of these problems is, like, people not communicating or lying about, like, what they're communicating or not. Just talk like adults, please. I think Jay's too street to have a doc against her. Zombie, oh my goodness. You think I'm sweet? I'm like, to the Femboy drama, it's okay, we're like just getting into it. We are currently covering one of the other Femboys. This Femboy, Moxie, has put out a doc against Shizu. So it's more documents against the same person as before. So all that's covered right now is back in November, there was a Femboy, Discord that ended up getting deleted because it was created by Shizu, and Shizu and one of the other Femboys got into it, and so he was like, I don't want anything to do with y'all, deleted the whole server. Everybody's very upset about the fact that the Femboy server was deleted, because all of us were looking to see if we could get into it. But anyways, gonna hit ChatGPT, overhype Jason. No, don't put my information in ChatGPT or AI, please. I have something to expose Jay for. Her food opinion. Whoa. Okay. You know what? That could get my ass. That could get my ass. Tuna is sweet. Tuna is very sweet. We love tuna in this household. Anyways, back into this. So we're getting into the next section of the document. Now you planning to flood the film. Listen, I just wanted to see. I just wanted to, take a little peek. You telling me you don't want to see what the Femboys are doing in there? Come on now. Let's be so fucking for real. She's allowed to have wrong opinion. Thank you, Pat. Thank you. I don't think they're wrong, but I understand why other people do, and that's okay. But I'm allowed to have them. But getting into the next section of this document, so we get into Bat's statement. So somebody named Batsy. Context, Shizu made a statement that I continued to slander him even after the call out. After hearing it, I had to confront Bat to see if this was true. Unlike Shizu casually name dropping on stream, I went ahead and asked Bat if it was okay to use his statement, which he agreed to. We know what the femboys are doing in there, and none of it is wholesome. You don't know that, which is why I want to get in. Oh God. So this is between between Batsy and Moxie right now. So Batsy saying, I know what he's talked about. I did call him an asshole, but the way he was saying it is low-key altered and out of context. I'm already writing my side, which Moxie replied to it. This is referring to the stream Mama Akko did, correct? And Batsy said yes. Don't turn on the black light. Good God, do not turn on the black light. So this one's a little like smaller, so it's a little harder to read on y'all's side. But what Shizu mentioned in stream is, I believe, was the last time I had spoken to them, which was back in May of 2024 in VR chat. At the time, I was aware of the situation between Mox and Shizu, but was also aware that Mox had no interest to make drama and had just moved on from it, and so did Shizu, I assume. Also, hi Dante. It's been so long I catch your stream. Hi Katie, how's it going? I hope you've been well. And then Batsy continued saying, and I had figured it to be no harm to talk to Shizu, not about the situation, but genuinely converse. I will be honest, to say that I can't remember everything word by word, and also had drank, but I was still conscious enough to recognize the situation when conversing with Shizu. But the scenario of me randomly going up to him and calling him an asshole was taken out of context and altered to his view and made it seem like I was trying to fuel the fire or send hate. It started when I mentioned that I had returned from an out-of-state trip to see friends, and I had talked to him about my overall experience. Won't say their names out of respect for their privacy, but they were friends of Moxie's. That was the moment during the trip that I had mentioned to Shizu, where I admitted that I had done a joke that was taken too far and crossed the boundaries, or crossed the line for this person, which we are now on good terms, by the way. That's when, after then, they started mentioning how bad of a person this friend is, then further talking about everyone else, like Mox and other people within their social circles, and just bad-mouthing them. Realizing the situation, I called them an asshole for it because they were acting like it and played themselves like a victim. The only part that I regret was never telling Moxie or anyone else involved, because I realized everyone had just moved on at this point, and would be pointless to refuel the fire. And then Betsy finishes saying, hey, regardless, I'll understand how you feel about it and what decision you make out of it. I got it. Moxie asked, do I have permission to use this statement in this document? So Shizu is very vocal on the individual Bat described as a bad friend, so much so that I kept hearing his name dropped in passing from multiple people, multiple different people within my private voice chat, not only the bad friend, but myself as well. Even after hearing the negative things about me, I felt it was nothing to act upon, so I just continued with my life, full-time job, and streams. So, it's all petty drama. It's all, hold on, let me do TLDR. petty drama. But I love getting the details. Let me just pin this. So if anybody comes in and is asking like a TLDR, this is petty drama, but I love getting the details. There we go. So we go into the next section of this document, which is messaging an ex and slander. August of 2024. To my surprise, I got a random message from my previous relationship. They wished to stay out of the drama and wanted to see why Shizu was DMing them about me. We left on good terms and wanted no drama and wished each other for the best. I felt upset that Shizu took it upon himself to message someone I left on good terms with and was an invasion of privacy. After this interaction, I vented to multiple streamers on how angry I felt. I wanted to know why and how he knew about my previous relationship when it was supposed to be kept private. And so here's a screenshot. This screenshot was posted yesterday, or not yesterday, on Monday, so we were able to cover it on Monday. But it was just, this is the ex messaging Moxie saying, like, another VTuber, Shizu, messaged me. I don't want to get into drama, but I felt like I should let you know. And that's whenever Moxie responds saying, like, it's a very long story. Just be careful around him. I know that sounds vague, but shit's way behind me now. The ex responds, got it, we'll act like I never saw it. Thank you, hope it's all okay. And they say, it is, thank you. Damn, that's crazy. All that Zoe, there's so much. There's so much. This is the first of there are 3 documents on this drama. Three. I think at this point we're like 5 documents into the Femboy drama. There's so much. There's just so much. So September of 2024, one of the streamers who will not be named thought it was odd and mentioned how Shizu said in a group VC, I was attacked and left with marks on New Year's. With the combination of Shizu slandering, messaging people who had no involvement, and now slandering a friend on serious allegations, I took it upon myself to make a post regarding Shizu. Knowing this person was on vacation during the time, I didn't want to bother him, so I took it upon myself to call him out believing on someone's statement, so I made a post online with the intention that I'm aware and wanted it to stop. So this is Moxie's post back from September of 2024, saying to the one partnered Vtuber going around warning people about me, thanks homie, I was able to chat and hang with old friends. What was that thing you said again? I have friends, but I have closer friends. 5+ people already. That's wild. I know you're reading this. So we were subtweeting back in 2024. This predates even all the docs dropping by what, like 6 months, something like that. It's gonna make me crash out. White version, like the guy who got mad at his ex-peers mourning for instance. I don't think it's that bad, because that one was god awful. I don't think it's that bad, but it might be on this. It might be getting close. Also, hi Sloth, welcome in. And we could be getting to that range. But that's a section of the document on the messaging X and slandering. We now get into the section titled Femboy server. So within Mama Akko's stream, Shizu mentioned how the server was meant to help me and Cyber reach partnership. Within the server that he deleted, he stated, no furries. Oh, what'd you say fuck furries for? What the hell? You know, whenever I was reading the first documents, I was on Shizu's side, but now fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What you mean no furries? This is so mean. I couldn't get into the Vtuber Femboy server. Even, I know it doesn't exist now, but before, I wasn't allowed. No furries, no VR streamers, and no NSFW content creators allowed. The only thing allowed is Femboys who average over 40 followers. Those were it might have been 40 viewers. Scared the fuzz, for real. I wasn't on Shizu's side because he seemed like I was only on Shizu's side whenever going over his document and he was talking about the tracing of art. That's the only side really I was on for him, because the rest of it is just petty stupid drama. But I will say Caleb did come out and make a tweet about clarifying the eyes situation, which just going back to. That was another drama. No, the tracing art was a part of this Femboy drama. But Caleb did say that that he did use art because the artist had come out and said this was 100% copied. Caleb did say that he used the art as a base, but it wasn't meant to stay for the final product. And sadly, this wasn't recorded, but in my calls with Shizu while working on the project, we agreed it would be a later change for me to focus and redo entirely. This was just a temporary placement since there are so many things that also need to change and need attention and change. Her eye would have never been in the final model if it was completed. Sadly, it wasn't. So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think this is bullshit, but Caleb did come out and say that, it wasn't supposed to be in the final thing, and he wasn't tracing and copying other people. But anyways, I digress from that. Going back into this. Since he said fuck furries, Shizu kept changing the rules within every meeting. Nothing ever got done. And so here's just I think one of the only surviving screenshots of the server, or this isn't even from the server. This is from a DM that Shizu sent. But it might have been something that was going to go into the server, saying, this Discord server is a supportive and inclusive space for professional streamers who identify as femboys or femboy adjacent. The goal of the community is to maintain a high level of quality in content creation and image while fostering positive community interactions. Members of the server are encouraged to share their expertise, experience, and tips for improving their streams, such as enhancing audio and visual quality, perfecting stream setup, branding, and marketing strategies. Oh, I was like, what is that sound? Collaboration and constructive feedback are highly encouraged, and members are urged to work together to elevate their content and build up their careers. This community is also committed to identifying and mitigating negative actors within the femboy community. Wow. Ironic. Rather than shunning or gatekeeping, the community is dedicated to being aware of potential issues and addressing them with sensitivity and respect. The focus is on creating a safe and positive environment for all members to achieve their professional aspirations as content creators. Overall, this server offers a unique and empowering space for femboy streamers to connect, learn, and grow as professionals. By coming together, the community aims to make a positive impact on the streaming industry while avoiding potential issues and problems that may arise. Funny enough, he was the problem. Can't have anyone on this list of things here. No gatekeeping. Man, I'm so upset. I'm so upset specifically at the no furries. Why? What did the furries do? The furry femboys are running the furry community. The furries love femboys. Why would you not have your one of your biggest contributors in the server? Anyways, I digress. I'll leave it alone. I'm a little butthurt, but I'll leave it alone. They committed tax fraud, and they didn't want to let the furries in on that? Why not? The furries, of course, they committed tax fraud. Oh, the furries are committing tax fraud? And you don't want in on that? Why not? I feel like that would be great. You know, you'd get money. I don't know. Anyways. That's this section of the document that says Femboy server. We now have Claire's screenshot. So, Claire is a mod for me on both Discord and Twitch streams. Shizu felt attacked and went towards my mod Claire to share his side of the story. So the first statement, like Bat explained, I kept my mouth shut about you, however you threw Bat under the bus on stream. Not only that, but you also DM'd someone and asked a question regarding me after stating, please, this is my livelihood. I don't want any drama on the night of November 2023. You can't get your Femboy furry card until you've committed at least minor tax fraud? Damn, there are restrictions on this? That's so fucked up. Sick and twisted. But this is a screenshot from Shizu sending to Claire. Shizu took the screenshot, said this is just sick fucking behavior, which Claire said, I'm sorry, was that about you? I'm not a mind reader. I'm sorry, Shizu. And Shizu responded, yeah, well, it's not a mind reader moment because it's in context with everything I shared before, but sorry if I'm being confusing. I'm not the one trying to have problems here. He is, him and Nyx. So then we get into more conversation where she's just asking, you know about the Stormy stuff, right? Or no on that too? Claire says vaguely. She's who with God, this man loves a block of text. Loves an absolute fucking just section. I guess it's not a block because it's just small messages, but sent on lines. I don't know. I'd be mad if somebody was messaging me like this constantly, because getting all of those pings would piss me off. But anyways, she just says, okay, so had drama with a guy named Stormy. Moxie really supported me, and I was like, this guy must be a real one. Then I needed a reference for my current apartment. Moxie said he would do it. And when I asked if he wanted anything, he said, of course not. So I was like, man, he must be a true friend. Then later on, I made a group for him in cyber to help them get partner that I paid to have bots in even. Should we hold on, let me finish this. To post promotions for free game keys for content creators and for sponsors, because Moxie said he needed cash, but also that he really wanted to be partner. But at some point when we were talking about what the group was for, he suggested adding Nyx to the group. And then there's more later. Hi CD, welcome in. Going over Femboy Vtuber drama. Also paid to have bots in to post promotions for free. Oh, okay. I thought he was saying he paid to have bots in they're supporting them. I was like, you're botting to get to partner? Also, Satine, thank you for the hydrate. Well, Queen's Care package, really. I should stretch and hydrate. People made a clown of themselves. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely have. So Shizu told another individual I was asking him for money back in 2023 and says that never happened. Money's not a serious crime, but you are a loser if you do so. Yeah. Yes, you hydrated during these trying times, gamer. Thank you, Satine. Thank you. So Moxie is sitting here. God no, my bad, was speed texting during work, so I left out context from my previous text. I found screenshots of my conversation with Shizu regarding my financial issues back in 2023. I remember you told me in call after the whole fallout with Shizu in 2023. Shizu said you were asking him for money. Don't you have a job? That seems kind of odd. Which whoever this is responding saying, LMFAO. Last I understood, you had a job and even buying something, so I had assumed you'd been doing okay, so asking shoes for money just sounded odd. I gotta get going. I gotta get up pretty late, or pretty early, so no more late night streams for me. Oh no! It's okay. I stream early tomorrow, so, you know, maybe I'll see you then. But thanks for stopping by, Katie. I hope you have a good night. So here's what actually happened, since Shizu was saying that Moxie asked for money when that's not the case. So the screenshot of what Moxie actually sent said, so I might need to do a donathon because I'm very behind on bills, but if I'm being honest, I'm embarrassed to announce it, nor I don't know how to announce it really. I really hate asking people for help. I'm trying to learn a new skill like 3D art, but it's so hard to stay motivated when you work 10 plus hours outside and 100-degree weather and 4 to 5 hours of stream. I want to start doing commissions as well as soon as I learn it, so I don't have to work as much outside. So it wasn't, Moxie did share that they were like having financial problems, but they definitely did not ask Shizu to send them money. Someone is sketch because they asked for money while having a job. Sounds like someone who's never been poor before. Yeah, TBH. You're not wrong at all. Yeah, so Moxie is not asking Shizu for money here. Brother, in this economy, it's dog water. No, for real. Like, this is not asking for money. This is Moxie just saying that they are in a tight financial spot, and even saying that they're thinking about doing a donathon for it. So they'd be streaming for getting that funding, and not just asking Shizu, hey, can you send me money because I'm behind on bills? Like, that's not the same thing at all. So this is back messages between Shizu and Claire. So I think they put these out of order. Because this should be going back to this. So Moxie said he needed cash. That was that part. And he suggested adding Nyx to the group. And for sponsors. Okay. I was like, sure, why not? Because Moxie said Nyx was up and coming and new to things. But during our first meeting, Nyx got really pissy at me for an hour about how to do YouTube the best. My editors had gotten me like 10 to 50K views on my content. And I said Moxie's content was as good as mine, but he just needed better editing. Nyx got annoyed because they were Moxie's editors and they did it for free. They said that they had been doing it for 7 years. And at that point, I knew I was lied to, since Nyx was originally supposed to be there just to take advice for growth and so on. But after that hour of fighting of YouTube bullshit, I said it might be a good idea to not have them in the group for now. I typed up a formal note to them since I was the leader. I got Moxie and Cyber's approval for it. I have the proof of that, but after Nyx was removed. This is just airing frustrations out before locking the fuck back in to resolve it. Yeah. Also, ad break is coming in like 3 minutes. Just a heads up. Few things with these statements. There's multiple meetings, not first. This wasn't Clueless Nyx attempting to be pissy. This was a discussion between two individuals regarding YouTube content editing ideas and branding for the Femboy server. However, both Nyx and Shizu couldn't come to an agreement. Nyx was demanding on why Shizu never took any of his ideas into consideration. Shizu wouldn't elaborate and declined every request without giving any feedback. And for the second statement, I would never let anyone's work go unpaid. Nyx offered multiple times to do my edits without pay, even did a few without compensation per his request, and decisions even when I stated I didn't feel comfortable with it. So going back into this, Claire's responding now saying, okay, so first of all, I'd like to say that I'm sorry you had to deal with these things. But, like, first of all, why message me of all people? Shizu says, you're one of Skylar's besties, and I love Skylar, and I didn't like seeing you support Moxie's tweet about me without seeing if you knew what was going on. Claire responded, I didn't know the tweet was about you, and Shizu said, yep, which is why I wanted to make sure also about his tweet. The part about me warning people isn't true. I'm not warning people. I'm having mental struggles, and I'm venting about all the shit I've dealt with the past year or so, to people that say I'm in a safe space. The part about I have friends, but I have closer friends, is because I have people who are real homies like Skylar and people who have been fake homies like Moxie and Cyber. His tweet is to gloat about how people being better friends with him that broke the trust of other friends of mine. This is the post in question. So context, this is after me finding out about him asking about and hearing from a longtime friend that he was making false allegations towards another one of my friends. So that was that same tweet of the, I know you're reading this. 5+ people already, that's wild, that type of shit. Remember the days when beef had stayed between friends? Yes. Oh my god, how I missed that. How I missed that so. Also, ad break coming in about 30 seconds. Another warning for y'all. God, I miss the days when everybody's little petty friendship beef wasn't aired out to the entire world. But I find this shit entertaining. I can't even lie. I don't like drama. I don't like being in drama, obviously. I would prefer to never be in drama. But I like reading about it. I like seeing it happen. This isn't even illegal or breaking any laws, so what? It's nothing. It's so much nothing. It's so much nothing. It's just these people can't have adult conversations. That's literally what it is. It's what it always is. Every single time, without fail, without a doubt. It's two or more people cannot have an adult conversation. Nothing burger with overly salty fries. Got it. Yes, that's why I have it pinned TLDR petty drama. But I love getting the details. Because that's all this is. That is all this is. It is absolutely nothing more than that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. There's that ad break. I will pause going over the document while the ads play. I don't want anybody to miss out on this stuff. Unrelated to all of this drama right now. Oh, I forgot to repost my own thing. There we go. What the? Oh, it's the latest post. Okay. The Fang Gang has a Twitter account now. Which I need to update my commands. But if y'all want to follow the Twitter for Fang Gang, it is literally Fang Gang. There we go. I could have probably I don't know, posted the at. God, please, you know what? I'm not even risking that, because if porn was the first thing to pop up on my TL, there's just nothing I could have done about it, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was going to cry if that's what happened. Oh man, that would have been catastrophic. Okay, well, here we go. Here's the. Would have learned a lot though. No, there's the Fang Gang Twitter. If y'all would like to check that out, we actually made a Twitter account. We've been talking about making a Twitter for months. I can't even lie, but we finally did it. We've got our cute little reveal post happening. It makes me so happy. We'll be posting the art that we get together and stuff on there. Any updates, fun stuff. Oh my god, somebody made fan art of me. Oh, gee. Thank you so much. There we go. I'll reply to this. Let me repost this and then undo this and repost it. Okay, there we go. I got it. I know what I'm doing. I've been on Twitter 1 or 2 times. I'm on Twitter entirely too much. Okay, let me bring this back up. The ad should be wrapping up in about 45 more seconds. And we can continue going over all of this bullshit, because that's all this is. I love the art. Yeah! That's what I should have done. I forgot to put the artist credits for that post. I'll put them in the last one, I think. I think we'll end up reposting it, and I'll put it there. It's also at the bottom, but Miggy Theo is the unofficial Fang Gang artist. They are incredible. Incredible. I love commissioning them. But let's see, we have 10 more seconds, and then we get back into it. What is Cinder up to? He's still Mario Karting. Oh my god, that's what I should do for the ad breaks. I should just have us go over and watch Cinder stream. Oh my god. All right, welcome back from the ads, everybody. Getting back into this. We have more from Shizu and Claire. So, Shizu says, I have proof of that, but after Nyx was removed, Moxie said they had no choice, and both Moxie and Cyber said it was just me. Nyx started shit-talking me constantly after that, and then towards the end of last year, Moxie called me one night, verbally abused me for an hour, oh, excuse me, kept saying you aren't as good as you think you are, and that 15 other VTubers I know don't like you, and that I didn't raid him enough, especially during his and Cyber's donathons. After an hour of trying to calm him down, I hung up, DM'd him the next day. He had another talk after he was sober, and he said he was standing by what he said, so I stopped talking to him. And then after a bit, he sent me an apology. Nick still actively shit talks me. The end. I have proof of his apology if you want proof of anything. Welcome back from the ads. I'm sorry, the ad jail got your ass. It's so fucked up. So full context within the tab of November 2023. Is this the same things? No, this is... Because they covered this already, like telling the people don't raid this person. They raided the streamer. Here we go. This is new though. This is new information. It helps you get the bag, so it's all good. Thank you. So Moxie says, I told the group that I had to leave and wanted to talk to Shizu in private. The reason I mentioned this is because during my conversation with Caleb weeks ago, Caleb stated Shizu made it sound like this was in public. Again, missing context from Shizu to best suit his claims. Regarding the second statement on Twitch raids with me and Cyber Lazu, I never stated in an argument that I needed to be raided. That part was false. No one owes you a raid ever. However, I did state something I viewed as hypocritical. Hypocritical? Hypocritical. I don't know why I couldn't read that word. I was like, hypocritical. Hypocritical. Shizu stated multiple times during our meetings that the purpose of the Femboy group was to help lift each other up. Wasn't the purpose of the Femboy server to help each other out? Cyber is currently going through a very difficult moment in his life and is currently doing a donathon. You haven't once shouted him out, nor did you raid him once since the very start of making the group. He replied, I don't even like Cyber like that. And I replied, so what are we doing here? Which, like, that's pretty fair to, like, ask. Like, if you have this group, going to bed, but I want to leave a lurk. Oh, thank you, Bologna. Have a good night. If you're making, like, a group, I don't know why you would, like, if you're saying you're going to uplift and support everybody, and then you don't uplift and support somebody, what's the point? Bye, Zoe. Thanks for stopping by. So more screenshots, saying, so this is Shizu again declares saying, so you talked to him and he mentions that it's because I tried to not be scared anymore and it didn't work and I hadn't talked to him since. Like, if you had any questions, I can explain a lot of what I did, and I promise you that the only person that I ever had weird shit with was Stormy. Well, Cyber too, but that's just because Cyber is socially awkward. He even made Shiri uncomfortable, but socially awkward shit is different. Stormy was an actual bad guy. But as far as all the other Femboys go, I did my best to be a good friend, but it was never enough. They saw me as a number and acted like it defined me, and acted like I had an ego that didn't even exist. I actively tried to support my friends as much as I could, even spent money trying when I barely made shit, and these people spat in my face. It's why I'm leaving the Femboy community. Other than Skylar and a handful of others, it's been a horrible experience. I'm getting high school PTSD. Oh no, Satane, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. And then this is more screenshots saying, are these out of order again? Yes, they are. Okay, well, we read this first part about the fake homies like Moxie and Cyber. His tweet used to gloat about people being better friends with him that broke the trust of my friends by gossiping about my real life issues I'm dealing with because of people like him that I spoke about in private. The only person I've told to unfollow anyone is me telling Sherry to unfollow Nyx because I've been told Nyx is still bad-mouthing me, and I didn't like seeing my boyfriend following someone doing that. Any other questions? If you have the thought of why are you still talking about this after all this time, it's because everything between all of the other Femboys has done a number to me and my mental health. Like, I've been having anxiety-induced seizures from a lot of things, and I think it's mainly because of somebody attacking me. Still, I believe Moxie and the other Femboys definitely added to that stress. If you're curious about the type of seizures I have, they are called pseudo-seizures. Sorry for venting all of this to you, by the way. I know it's a lot. No laws are being violated. This is all just people not liking each other anymore, and it can't part ways, block each other, and go about their day. I'm telling you, it's quite literally just be an adult. Be an adult. That's it. That's That's the prerequisite that everybody is fucking failing. It's a prerequisite class that nobody passed somehow. So they say, I helped Shizu countless times during our friendship and even kept quiet after our argument, and I even offered to help get him into his apartment. Shizu was also very vocal in VC, how the Femboy community hurts his branding due to the amount of not safe for work content currently present within the community. What is happening in here? The femboys are fighting Wani. They are going at each other's throats over petty bullshit because none of them can communicate like adults. That's what's happening in here. How are you? He blames the Femboy community for without holding any accountability for his actions. I paid him for a commission banner with my own money, gave him the benefit of the doubt when he had issues with certain individuals, and defended him when people voiced their concerns towards Shizu. Even after me staying silent for the first few months and admitting to my mistakes. But it was never enough, and the only problem when you didn't agree with him, just like in Caleb's doc. Shizu is problematic when he doesn't get his way and will toss anyone under the bus like bats. I'm getting pissed off about like these screenshots being out of order. And so this is a screenshot between Shizu and Moxie, and it's Shizu saying, "Hi Nyx, after conversations with..." Oh, so this is Shizu kicking Nyx out of the like Femboy server, I guess. And this is Moxie saying like, "That's good." And saying, "I feel awkward joining your VC until I do. I know that feeling, but if everyone is professional about it and act grown, then there shouldn't be any pettiness and we can go back to normal." Wow. Let me tell you what didn't fucking happen. None of y'all are professional about this, and none of y'all are acting grown. There was only pettiness, and things did not go back to normal. It is not. It is the exact opposite of this line. And so this is that message. His first... Well, let me read this message. So this is Shizu saying, "Hi, Nyx. After conversations with Moxie and Cyber, we've come to a decision. We believe it's best to wait a bit before bringing you into our group. It seems there may have been a misunderstanding regarding the group's purpose. While you initially thought of it as a friend group for streaming with the expectations of immediate collaborations, that's not entirely the case. Our first priority is individual growth, and group growth comes second, which includes collaborations. The group's main objective is to provide a platform for individuals who have already demonstrated a proven track record of success. This way, they can share their valuable knowledge with the group and leverage the shared expertise effectively, especially for content creators at our level and size. Initially, I had the impression that you were relatively new to content creation, and we thought your role would primarily involve listening and learning. However, it appears you've been involved in this field for a while. Given that, we'd prefer you wait and observe how you fare independently before committing additional time to help you grow. This way we can stay focused on our original goal." So, Moxie says here, his first statement, "That was never the reason why Clueless Nyx was picked." He consistently told Nyx, "You're the exception," multiple times. He said this mainly because Nyx didn't meet the required CCV to join the group. However, I recommended him and vouched for him. As for the second statement, in typical Shizu fashion, he left out how I didn't want Clueless to be removed from the group and made it seem like it was a decisive, unanimous decision from the three of us. This discussion was made during VC. His tone during the call was annoyed and desperately wanted Nyx out of the group. My comment was the aftermath of the call. The reason why this first part was highlighted also ties to him claiming Nyx was behaving pissy when I stated they both had a disagreement and Shizu couldn't come up with a good reason behind Nyx's content and a good reason behind probably rejecting Nyx's content ideas. So this is Moxie's screenshot. I swear Google Docs become so oversaturated. High school grade conflict with bears. Yes, 110%, 110%. You are so correct. I will say, like, just a pause and going over this. There is another drama that does actually involve, like, a serious thing, but I also kind of, like, feel a type of way about going over serious topics, because a lot of times serious topics include trigger warnings, and I don't want to ever, like, put anybody in, like, an uncomfortable position in my stream. Whereas, like, all of this, it really doesn't need any trigger warnings. It's just petty bullshit drama. Google smiles when a streamer gets in trouble. Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah, no, I'd say, like, 90% of docs that come out now are all just petty drama bullshit that should have just never been it's just people couldn't communicate. I can't like say it enough how much people just refuse to communicate like adults. But I will say it's a little more difficult for me to go over the more serious discussions because I don't want to like ever put anybody in uncomfortable positions. But going back to this, screenshot from Moxie saying, I'm aware that it may seem like I'm on a passive yes man attitude with our recent conversation, but I've been put in a very awkward position. I can't give very much input on the current matter. Nick's helped me since day one of VTubing, an admin, editor, and friend, and I can't be like, oh yeah, screw that guy, kick him. And I can't really defend because I'd rather avoid you and him butting heads on every meet. We won't go anywhere if it continues, hence why I gave, if you want me to talk to him, I can, or if you want to let him go, that's on you. If it was another member, I'd give a better, more serious and direct answer. And yes, I'm aware this isn't a friend group project. Even I told him that from the very beginning. I really appreciate you taking the time to call and discuss your current situation. I know it wasn't easy. Don't feel bad about considering letting people go. What I ask of you is to be certain with your decision, write a proper explanation and reasoning on why you're letting that person go. And if you need me to do it, I can. You did say we're all owners. Because we fucking heated everyone is a fucking job. No, Gamma, not the crash out white. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I said it wouldn't be like that, but I didn't say it wouldn't. I said it wouldn't be as bad, but it might be similar. Okay, so this is the next online post. We have two more sections, statements and endings, but in next online post, Boxy says, after reading it over with Claire, I decided to message Shizu one last time. So this is like Moxie's final message, cutting off conversations with Shizu. So Moxie says, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because you involving my mods in your drama isn't professional. Granted, we can say the same thing about my previous post. The reason why I made it is because you have a habit of relaying misinformation regarding me and my inner circle of people. I take people's privacy seriously, not just my closer friends. After hearing multiple accounts of your experiences with me, it seems unfair that it's only one-sided while I kept my mouth shut. I did this for a year mainly because I agreed to I don't want drama, but after people they put after people twice, coming up and wanting my side of the story, I try to stay calm and tame, and I said, don't worry about it. But there's one person you DM'd that I will admit got me heated. I didn't want them to get involved, but you had the audacity to drag me in, and the whole blank thing as well. That's what sparked me into making that post. I'm sorry, for a whole 365. I don't know what the fuck. So here's how we're going to handle this. On social media, I'll stop mentioning sites like Twitter, Blue, Insta, making quotes regarding your childish behavior in the past. In return, I expect you to leave my name out of your mouth when associating with individuals. I don't care about my brand, the money I make as Moxie, nor my image. I care more about my community and my friends, not just the closer ones. That post I made wasn't about boasting or gloating. It was I know you're reading this, piss off and move on. Previously, I had no issue with you talking shit in the past, but once I heard that lie you made about blank and that one person you reached out went beyond just gossip and now became damaging and personal to the people I care about. If you don't and want to continue this path, go ahead, but multiple people have receipts on you as well. So it isn't me you need to worry about. Don't take this as that threat. I'm trying to meet in the middle and be a bigger person here since you couldn't DM me, but instead DM my mods. So recap, we both stay out of each other's way. I no longer want to associate with you anymore. Leave my name out of your mouth and I'll stop making quotes on social media. I wish the best for you and please seek help. Thank you for understanding. I'd say this is the most communication we've gotten this entire time. Thank you. I was going to ask for this. This is the most communication we have ever gotten out of anybody in this entire situation. I don't even know if I want to say, where was this a year ago? I don't even know, Big Chungus. I don't even know if I want to necessarily applaud this because it was a year later. Insert muffled Spanish cursing sound effects. Because it quite literally was a year later that this finally happened. Just, you know what, I'll correct my statement because this happened a year later, I'll correct my statement with people not communicating like an adult in the moment. Nobody seems to be able to communicate like an adult in the moment that these things are happening, or even within like the same week that these things are happening, which seems to be the problem. Is that your? Oh no. Okay. I have your ringtone playing on Spotify right now, so I thought your phone was ringing. Also, I just got my dinner, so I'm gonna be munching crunching a little bit. But Moxie says, I did not receive a confirmation from Caesar within 2 days, so I did a follow-up post knowing he would see it. With that, I was hoping it would be over, so Moxie went public with this, posting this, like, on their Twitter, saying,
it was terrible.
More Femboy drama. Yes, Michi! More Femboy drama! It was terrible, you are right. What are you eating? I got shrimp and fries. I'm very excited. Side note, just talking about my dinner real quick. I don't know if y'all are aware, most TGI Fridays have, like, closed down, which I recently found out about and was very upset because I fucking love their whiskey glaze, like, sauce. John found the recipe for the whiskey glaze and made it. And so I can have that now, and I'm so excited. So I'm having that with my dinner tonight.
Great. I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Oh my god. Dinner not 11 p.m. Michi, don't let everybody know. Don't put my business out like that. We've been getting better about having dinner earlier in the, like, at normal people time. And not at 11 p.m. I mean, most of the time what happens... Oh, what the... Most of the time what happens is that I don't eat dinner before stream. And then, like, I try not to, like, be munch or crunching during stream, but, you know, I am now. Y'all gonna have to deal with that. And so I'll be eating dinner after stream. But my stream ends, like, at, like, 10 or 11, so I'm not eating dinner until 11. But, getting better about that now. I need your husband to cook for my family. I mean, how much are you paying? Because I feel like this could be arranged for the right price. Babe, would you cook for somebody else for the right price?
What?
Somebody in chat is asking for you to cook for their family, and I was like, for the right price. What is this normal people time you speak of? Yeah, people normally be having... My stat sheet is insane, but I am for hire. I can't talk, though. I've been waking up at 6 p.m. 6 p.m.? Michi, what the fuck are you doing? Does this payment include usage of the ghost pepper flakes? Lonnie informed me of its existence. Oh, well, you know it's Satine. You're a fire elemental. It makes sense. It makes sense that you would want something spicy. I slept for like 20 hours. God. Yo, Mage was probably concerned. Thought you was in a coma. Oh my goodness. I think it's a loop. Oh, okay. Well, that'll do it. Me and Valentino's and T are besties. Damn, these fries are so good. But anyways, getting back into this. So Moxie posted the screenshot to Twitter, said they didn't reply back. I just posted it here just in case he missed it. You want to make me sound problematic? Bet I'll be one. Which, we went from adult communication to immediately blasting the beef on Twitter. We had it. We had it for a second. And then 2 days later. Oh, sorry. 2 days later. We go back to immature petty shit. Fuck. So they said with that, I was hoping it would be over. Obviously not, because here we are in the Google Docs of the Femboy drama. The harshest 180-degree turn I've ever seen, so I somehow got whiplash in bed from this aloud. I'm so disappointed. I was just giving them like their kudos for actually communicating like an adult. Fuck. But oh, maybe Melia, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? Apparently I forgot to follow. Oh, Melia! Oh my god! And I was like, what do you mean? But I realized who this is now. Hi! How's it going? So, before we get into this next section, we have one more section out of this, and the first out of 3 documents. So this is titled Statements, and I think this is the biggest section of them all. It's not that big. We got 7 pages. It's probably just going to be a lot of screenshots. But they say, August 28th, someone knew my situation and wanted to reach out. They showed me a video recording and screenshots of Shizu being an even bigger problem within VTubing than I thought. With that, I knew I needed to grab my own proof from other creators and ask if I can get it in writing with what Shizu had said about me from the past year. So I asked a friend if he could text me what Shizu said as an extra account for the doc that was being planned. God damn, this was being planned since... There's no way they've been working on this doc since 2024. Oh my god, over petty drama? Over petty bullshit? You've been working on this doc for a year? Or for ways? September, well, really October, November, December, January, February. For 10 months! No, wait, 9 months! They've been working... You could have had a kid! Somebody had a kid in the time that this person was working on a fucking VTuber Google Doc. Good God. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. But... Wait. Why can't they... Oh, he said, why can't they make him in front? I just saw that. I didn't see that originally. Is that Moxie? You know Moxie? Yes, it is. You know what, Bunny? I'm gonna leave you alone on that. I was gonna make a comment about you knowing about the Femboy VTubers, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, Moxie is involved in this. Okay. I was like, a lot of this was censored, but Moxie says, hey man, so I really hate to ask this, but this would mean a lot. But you mentioned Shizu said that blank hurt him and he has marks. Was this written down? I'm making a doc with blank, who also has receipts on him and it looks bad. He gaslit a lot of our friends. I just wanted to stop. I even let him talk his shit and I let it be. But after him coming up to my ex and now attacking other people, it's unfair and wrong. I was hoping if you had a screenshot of him saying he got hurt by blank. We don't need to mention names or get you involved. Then they said, remember Mox with this part? I wasn't 100% sure. He said, whatever. I remember him saying that someone on New Year's attacked him. I know Moxie. Yes, this is Moxie's doc. The only thing I do remember him saying is that I got choked out. I got choked by a friend in New Year's, but I don't think he ever said blank specifically, mainly because I was there. If I can get more stuff, I'll let you know. Moxie said, with respect to privacy, may I add your name in the statement to the doc because it does line up with blank. And they respond, the only thing... Oh, wait, this is the same thing. What did they... I don't know. They say, if added the other part, he will know it was me and will involve X person. I'm also rewatching his VOD to hear what he is saying. And then they said, if you asked me on Monday, I could have confirmed it 100% because it would have still been very fresh, recent and fresh. I said, but you did say markings. That would mean a yes if that's the case. The 99, I don't know how people don't clear their notifications. It could never be me. I don't ever keep like my notifications uncleared. They're always clear once I see that. Discord needs a clear all notifications button. Yeah. That's fair. For me, I'm able to just clear them myself, but I also keep, like, almost all of my servers muted. And so, like, the only, like, thing that'll actually put up the bubble is, like, a at everyone. No, because I turn off at everyone. So it'll only be, like, at a specific role. And I'll go look at that. But, like, outside of that, I'm able to keep my notifications clear almost all the time. Oh my god, this shit is so good. Okay, so the person said, though, this is a for sure, though. I got attacked by a friend on New Year's. That part was for sure. Is the, are you sure, is making me think. And so Moxie says, so let me ask, so we're on the same page again. Based on Shizu's video, you can confirm that what he stated was a lie. That he changed the narrative from, I got attacked, versus he tried attacking me. Which this person responds, oh, for sure, from seeing the VOD, he went from saying in VC to others, I got attacked, but on stream, he's now saying he tried to attack me. And so it looks like they get in a VC. And saying, imagine if the doc was out and you said that. I'm glad we covered it. Don't worry about it. And they say, I know, but it'll be a bit before I feel comfortable saying anything. That's just me. And Moxie responds, I understand. Don't worry about it. So they say, with the friend I trusted giving me an unreliable statement, I felt defeated and ashamed that I even went forward with my most recent post. We all had different reasons to hold off. Huh? Oh, these are... Oh, what is going on? Babe, mod.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you.
Which one?
Never mind, I got it.
You just tell me.
I got it. I had the button there. Anyways, we all had different reasons to hold off on the doc and debated on even going forward with it. We thought it would be best to not do anything, and we went on with our daily lives. I don't know what that was. Oh, there's a third one. Also, hi Jet, welcome in. Someone control these two little white boys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they came in from, but anyways, going into the last page in the last section of this document. It's technically 2 pages. This is the ending statement from Moxie, and I'm also gonna take another bite of my food before I get into this. I'm sorry, this shit is just so good. Whose white children was that? I don't know. I will say that could happen a lot more often. I am on the front page for the Together with Pride shelf for this month, so I might get just weird people coming in because I am on the front page. I'll just deal with them as they happen. Sorry for the little distraction there, though. Alright. So Moxie's ending page says, because of this experience, me attempting to defend another friend led me into making another mistake again, this time public, and left the post where it currently stands. But that last call out ruined me and I stopped pursuing it. I could easily give out names on who told me in passing and the screenshots of the account that they made claim. However, that would lead into more of a mess and unnecessary drama, and we settled it in private. I didn't have it in me to do something like that. I take full responsibility, and like I said during November 2023 night, alcohol shouldn't be an excuse for the way I behaved. I tried my best to keep it peaceful afterwards. I didn't mind if people stopped talking to me because of how upset I was at Shizu on that one night. It was an awful experience. I only did it because I got fed up with how he treated other streamers, my friends, and even those he interacted with within my server's voice channel. It wasn't any of my business, and I shouldn't have been a part of it in any way. A part of any of it. I only did what I thought was right and learned it the hard way. However, it still doesn't give Shizu the right to message people about my personal life, doesn't excuse him lying to my mods with fake allegations towards me, warned me and CyberLazu to avoid streamers for stealing viewership, claiming they want peace and then spreading allegations about me. If it was just about how I behaved that night, I wouldn't mind it at all and just owned up to it like I did from the beginning, giving people missing context to better suit his claims without taking any responsibility and blaming a community for his stress. Has food now? Hi, Risky. I also have food. What food do you have? My thoughts on the drama is this. This may strike some as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in the story should die in GTA. Oh my god. So, conclusion here. I didn't have an issue with Shizu sharing his experience about me towards others because, yes, they were bad. I wouldn't have gone as far as I did if it was left at that. I left it alone and did my own thing. My issue with Shizu is with Shizu spreading false allegations about me, trying to get information out of my previous partner regarding me, messaging my own moderator and twisting the narrative to better suit his claims. As I stated in my community, my mods, friends, associates, and even Shizu, it doesn't matter to me who you are, your influence, numbers, success, or who you know or what you do. You treat everyone with the same amount of respect. I didn't start streaming with the idea of success. I started streaming because it gives me an opportunity to create content and enjoy a new hobby. Hibachi fried rice with miso soup and fried rice with Arizona green tea? Damn. You eating good, Risky? That's crazy. I lashed out at someone because they continued to disrespect my friends and associates. I tried my best to defend his actions and gave him the benefit of the doubt, but after his comments about Streamer, felt it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Even though me and Streamer rarely speak to each other, I wasn't going to allow his statements to pass. His actions were inexcusable and needed to be addressed. However, how I handled it was poor and should have been discussed while intoxicated. I'm sorry for how it was handled, but I'm not sorry for what I said. As for my streams content and how I feel, I've been dealing with this since 2023. I slowly started to form trust issues and saw how people viewed me from their actions based on Shizu's allegations. I understand that you wish to stay silent based on privacy and intentions on not starting drama. That's not the purpose of this doc. The purpose of the doc is to not gain any sympathy points on my end, but to call out those who spread misinformation towards others, myself included. You missed the opportunity to ban some people? Yeah, you did. I banned them. Hey, babe, could you do me a favor and refill my water?
Yes, miss.
Thank you. That bitch. So, alrighty, chat. How we feeling? How we feeling after going over this first doc? Personally, this shit is fucking stupid, but did we really expect anything less than that? I expected it. They all pissed me off. Risky, when's your Google Docu coming out? Me! The doc makes me want to bash my head in the wall. Alright, glad we're all on the same page. All whammies. So glad to hear we are all dialed in together. I'd say, from what I can tell, Maxwell. From what I can tell, Moxie, like, tried to, like, again, a year later, have an adult conversation, but immediately went and blasted on Twitter, but tried to, like, kind of move on with this, and Shizu was, like, just talking shit and constantly bringing them up. But, I don't know. Apparently, I'm very curious, actually, as to what these other documents will have in store. Because I feel like, well, I guess it'll have, like, these people's side of the story. But I feel like, it covered everything. Let me actually see. Which one is... You know, we're going to go over Nyx's next, because it's pretty short. And then we'll do Cyber Lazu's last. Because that one's also split up into sections like Moxie's was. So, next person on the list is Clueless Nyx. So, this is the person that got kicked out of their group, like, early in that, Shizu and them were constantly, like, arguing, not getting along. Shizu was under the assumption that Nyx was a, like, newer streamer when they weren't. And thus, like, I guess, wasn't fucking with them because they weren't making... Oh, because they weren't meeting the, like, requirement to actually be in the little Vtuber Discord that they have. The Femboy Vtuber Discord that they have. So Nyx says here, and before I get into it, I'm taking more bites of food. Because this shit is delicious. Babe, the shrimp with the whiskey glaze?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's bussin'. Okay, there we go. Are you a girl or a boy? I'm a girl. So, Nix's doc here, it's just like 3 pages. It's just text, no screenshots, nothing. They just put it all out there, which, honestly, I really appreciate. Nick says, over the past 2 years, nearly 3 at this point, Shizu makes it a point to resurface this feud for some reason or another. We have tried to handle this privately, but Shizu is the one who constantly keeps poking this and bringing it up. This document is about Shizu VT. Shizu has shown a repeated and intentional decision to continue to be toxic, being a toxic entity within the VTuber space. After 2 years, he's continued to act like a victim of abuse, slandering the names of not only myself, but my friends as well. This is to serve as a warning for anyone who comes in contact with Shizu and anyone who may in the future. Do not harass him like he has myself and my friends. Simply take this warning and move on with your life. I'm only going to document my experience that I've had firsthand and not what I've heard from others. If others come forward, so be it. If not, then that is fine too. So the Femboy group, the start of the issue. Maturity test? Oh, yeah. We do need a maturity test. Whoever is mature can use the internet and these people will fail. Oh, see, the unfortunate thing is, most, I'd say a good 95% of the internet is going to fail that test. The odds are just not looking good there. Like, not even a little bit. But the Femboy group, the start of the issue. Not gonna lie. Yeah. 2 years ago, Shizu was making a Femboy group as its flagship creators, being Moxie6 and Cyberlazu. I was brought on but deemed an exception to the other members. Shizu made sure to let me know that I was always the exception, a charity case. The point of the group seemed to have changed whenever it was convenient to Shizu's narrative. Back then, the point of the group was to grow and change the image of Femboy VTubers within, or Femboys within the VTubing space. What he will claim it is now, I do not know. Within the meetings of said group, each meeting was more or less an hour of Shizu praising himself as the leader and bad-mouthing any suggestion the 3 of us made to add to the group. These 2 bits of information are not the damning smoking gun of why one should stay away from Shizu, but it means to show how he demonstrated a repeated pattern of toxicity to those he deemed lesser than him. The first issue arose during the 3rd meeting. Throughout the meeting, Shizu insisted that Moxie's statistics on YouTube were lackluster at best and that he needed a new editor. For those who don't know, I am Moxie's editor. Obviously, being in the room as your work is trashed without full insight as to why things were the way they are, it was annoying. I, however, let it slide because I wanted to be professional. At the end of said meeting, Shizu used that time to ask us something we had accomplished that week, and I chimed in with some stats and growth Moxie's channel had been seeing. Shizu instantly tried to minimize the number before going on and belittling my work again, even going as far as to volunteer a replacement for me. That paired with the bad advice being given as to how YouTube stats worked, etc., I had to finally stand my ground a bit. How I see this whole thing is that they tried to deal with him behind the scenes, but Shizu kept going. Yeah. Which, like, yeah. I don't think it needed full Google Docs, to be honest. Like, I understand why it ended up in full Google Docs, but I still don't think it needed full Google Docs for all of this. But at that point, I'll admit I had been fed up as is, and this was something to end the debate. You've been doing this for 5 years, and I've gotten this channel to a partner in nearly 8 months. What have you been doing if it works so well? While snarky, rude, and mean, yes, I felt it was necessary to say, as I'd been letting Shizu walk over me and what I deemed my expertise. The meeting promptly ended, and I was kicked out later. Burn, yeah. Absolutely got him. After this, he avoided me like the plague, and I noticed other Femboys he was close to started to avoid me. I didn't take it personally, I just knew that this was common for him. Shizu consistently talks badly about other VTubers, and being the victim of such wouldn't surprise me. What did surprise me was who else he talked poorly to. To start, whoever this streamer is, who he saw going through a hard time with content. He said, normally I'd let someone like that quit because it'd be less competition, but he may be a good influence for the Femboy community, which is that's a crazy line. This is a crazy line to say. Like, if it was anybody else, just get the fuck out of here. But like, maybe you can help what I'm trying to achieve. That's so fucked up. That is extremely fucked up. To another streamer who wished to remain anonymous, who he claimed was stealing his viewers and ordering them not to watch Shizu. His proof? Lower numbers that have been on the decline for weeks as is, nothing more. My experiences with Shizu are minor compared to what others have had to deal with firsthand. I have thick skin and can deal with my name being dragged through the mud. What I can't handle, however, is hearing my friends being labeled as abusers. As someone who has faced abuse, grooming, and far more, than I truly wish to discuss, hearing the term abuse used so loosely infuriates me. More recently, I was in a collab with Shizu's partner, and the instant we were put in the group to actually discuss the collab, I was asked if I was able to join a mediation session with the person hosting the collab, Shizu and his partner. Throughout this meeting, he labeled Moxie and another friend as abusers, saying he was verbally abused. Again, given my experience with abuse, this stung incredibly much. Moxie and another friend who wished to remain anonymous at this point have saved my life. Have we fought? Absolutely. Have I been reprimanded? Yes. Because they want to see me grow as a person. That hour conversation wasn't abuse. It was an attempt to help you grow as a person. Throughout the call, he continued to demean me like he did back in the days of the Femboy group. He changed stories to fit his narrative as per usual, all while his boyfriend sat there seemingly disinterested in what was going on. Opening the mediation, the terms of collab were, do not add my boyfriend, don't be friendly with him, don't even try to get close with him, because I'm tangentially associated with his abusers. I've been pushed to the brink of my sanity this past week. This situation has made me lose my hair. This situation made me lose my hair a year ago. It made my autoimmune condition spiral out of control. I've been having constant panic attacks. The reason that I mention this is because there are others who have had it worse than I. There are people who have been pushed over the edge because of him. I refuse to be bullied and stepped over by someone who refuses to take accountability for the harm they've caused others. The Femboys are acting up again. Yeah, babe. We got 3 more docs on the Femboy drama. That's what we've been going over. So, ironically, this is a very masculine amount of me. I mean, they're still men.
Yeah, but
This
that's
is
feminine. That's the
this.
feminine part.
Yeah.
No,
This is
I
a boy
checked-
part.
I checked my fucking political correctness document ahead of time.
Oh my god, I love how they talk about each other like their own species. Other boys, bitch the fuck. Oh my god. So that was Nyx's statement, which like Funny, we should do a National Geographic style special on Femboys. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, I would absolutely love to see that. I think that would be so funny. I agree. We can use Monty as bait. Oh my god! Monty and Pax! Oh my god, not Monty and Pax. I know 2 Femboys. Okay. We're getting it all together. If things get dangerous, we'll pull out Risky. Femboys hate baddies. Not Risky on board with. Oh my god. You'll crack me up. Okay. We still got 1 more document to go over. Not Monty. He wants all the smoke with bad bitches. We know this. He said, yeah, he did say, don't save me. One is correct there. I don't think we can use Montoma here. Yeah, what's your name? Yeah, Mom, where the hell's that Toma? We can't use him. I fall. Oh my god. I thought it was where the bitch is at, Toma. I guess you can use bitches and hoes interchangeably. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Well, anyways, side little distraction there. Back into, so Cyber Lazu's document that's also my experience with Shizu, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 document tabs, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the way that they formatted this document kind of helps their like case. I'm gonna actually take off the padding here so y'all can see. The sections are keep it simple, stupid, what the dog doing, the forbidden J word, the calm before the storm, Femboy hype house, and in conclusion / Shizu's claims. Personally, I feel like if you really want to be like, I feel like it's a little ironic because like this situation is stupid. It is stupid petty things. So like these document tabs kind of allude to that. But also if you want to be taken seriously about something that like y'all are obviously coordinating this attack on against somebody, I feel like you should have more professional document tabs than like literally meme ones. But that's, I don't know, that's like my thoughts of it. I immediately wouldn't take the doc serious if those were exactly. Tier, thank you for the Queen's Care package. Like those document tabs being as like memey as they are, I immediately like do not take this seriously. Like I don't take it seriously if like that's as like it's obviously trying to be phrased as a very serious situation from their side. What the fuck is even happening? The femboys are fighting. That's really all the femboys are fighting one other femboy. Like it's like a what is it, a 5v1 at this point? Femboy on femboy violence. I'm also eating dinner right now. So if y'all hear me munch or crunching, it's shrimp and french fries. But dear, how are you? Femboy on femboy violence in June of all months? Yes. In June of all months, the femboys are fighting. But anyways, so this is the start of Cyber Lazu's document saying, despite writing this document, I'm only doing so for my friends and other creators who are affected or were affected by this person's actions. I have the claims Shizu made with the timestamps talking about each one. The document is about showing a pattern in his behavior. I do not wish harm or harassment to any of the people involved or otherwise. I also understand that reading a Google Doc is long and boring, so like everything I do, I try to keep it informative yet engaging. This doc is a way for me to show others how I was treated as well as tell a story if I was sitting in front of you with proof to back up my claims. I have segmented my stories into sections, so it's up to the viewer if you want to read the whole document, because I'm not going to lie, this bitch is going to be long, and I can understand wanting to skip certain parts. First section, keep it simple, stupid, is a brief rundown of what happened on my end for those who want to skim and get it over with. The other sections go into more detail for the people who want to be more informed, be informed the most before coming to an inclusion with all the info from others. I'm not gonna lie, we might just stay on the keep it simple, stupid page. As stupid as all of this is, I don't feel like going into the details of it is going to make it any less stupid. So, I'm doing well, just picked up my new SSD for my PC. Nice! Why are they on each other when they can be on me? Oh my god, Glub! Glub said, I volunteer as tribute. Oh my god. So, we do have a like two-minute video. We have a 2-minute video here of, oh, and this is very recent. This is, Shizu went on a stream with somebody going over the doc that was put out against him. How did I not know about this? I was wondering, they kept referring to a Mama Akko stream. I didn't realize it was like, happened like maybe that night, maybe yesterday. How many femboys would be required to take you out in a fight? If you prefer. Oh my god. Oh dude, Mama Akko is gross. I'm pretty sure I have this bitch like blocked. I don't like the shit that she like puts out at all. But we're gonna watch this little like 2 minute and 45 second At least 8 in both scenarios. Oh my god. We're gonna watch this like 2-minute 45-second video from like this stream that apparently happened.
But from there
oh, hold on, I need to turn this up. Okay, there we go.
I moved away from Moxie, and I also moved away from Cyber at the same time. Cyber was a kind of like a less problem thing. I just kind of stopped being his friend at the same time because it was just an awkward friendship.
Awkward
when I
how?
first met him, when I first met him,
An awkward friendship. She kept misgendering Caleb in this stream and said non-binary people are attention whore. That's crazy. Oh my god. The immediate that ripped from me when Akko's name was mentioned. All this unadulterated disgust. Fuck. I muted this bitch eternity ago. Like back whenever cause like she used to have this Under the Sea podcast with like some other sea VTubers. Back whenever that, like, all of that shit was happening. I think that's, like, been disbanded for a while. But, like, that was, like, a year or two ago that, like, I absolutely just blocked this bitch. I have not seen any of this new stuff. Every so often, somebody will, like, end up posting something about her. I think the latest thing that was posted, I don't even remember what it was. But she's genuinely always in some shit. Like, she is, like, in the shit. I just cover the shit. She's in that shit. So, yeah, I'm electing Tira as my trial by combat champion versus the Femboys. I fought at Once is 3. Who's Akko? Oh, the absolute fucking word. Oh, yeah. Genuinely hope her pillow is warm on both sides. Hate is a strong word I seldom ever use, but damn, she comes close to my usage for it. Yeah, I've only heard bad things about her. But anyways, going back to this video.
Would ask people on Twitter where I got VTuber assets by reposting what I made and put it on my Twitter. He would literally copy the picture from my Twitter, repost on his Twitter asking where the assets came from, and then people would at me that tell him where they came from. And it was like that, along with some other stuff, like he would play like League of Legends.
Okay.
And every time he played League of Legends, after we got into a game, he would just not talk. It was just dead silence, nothing. And I asked other his friends, like, is this normal? And it's like, no, this isn't normal. I don't know, he's like doing that with you. Maybe he's just tired. And I was like, okay, well, I asked next time, are you tired? Like, no, I'm not tired, I'm chilling. I'm good. I was like, okay. And then the whole match, imagine like the whole match of League was just like 40 minutes. No talking, no responding. You would ask him like a question, nothing.
Well, that's just League. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't talk during playing League either.
But he talked
I
to
don't know,
his other friends too, which was like the weird part.
Hold on, let me go back to the doc because he put some like timestamps. Oh, okay. We don't need to watch this whole video. Basically, like, him even saying that, like, Cyber wasn't even that, like, much of a problem in the situation. And this shit, one could say this Akko person is the entire sewer system from what I'm hearing just now. Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. I think that's a pretty accurate description. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh god, that's just like one of, for Mama Akko, it's very obvious why you get the ick from them, but like, that's just one of those people I never want to have to interact with them ever. I can't stand it. But anyways, back to this. So this is Cyber saying on July 22nd, 2023, she's invited me to a server. To my knowledge, it was a Femboy group server. I was told the group was to improve each other and their reputation and view of the Femboy name. Rancid rotten eggs, the smell if it was a person. Akko, I will die on this hill. I think you're right. So when I joined, Shizu already made a whole layout for the server, dedicated chat rooms for different topics such as people to recruit, for them to later be involved in said group and server. The initial group consisted of Moxie, Clueless Nix, Shizu, and I. There were a few ground rules on how the server would operate and how we would also operate as a group. The main three were we would meet every 2 weeks. We had to find 3 people that would make good additions to the group, and we had to rate each other to funnel our communities into one big one. These are the basic core 3 rules. As time went on, the rule criteria would become much more specific, such as no VR chat streamers allowed, no flesh tubers or live streamers allowed, no furry content creators, which again, fucked up. The 3 people we recommend have to have an average viewership of 50 viewers or more, and they had to be streaming longer for 2 years, etc. And then this is another screenshot of that list. The fuck the Femboys got against furry? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because like the furry community loves Femboys. I feel like if they opened up to the furry community, they would be so much more successful.
The furry community is like 40% femboy.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know why they said fuck furries for. During Pride Month. I don't know. I guess I'm learning in this that like the Femboys are not fucking with furries, which like, you know what? I might tweet about asking that. Like with throughout this whole VTuber drama, this whole Femboy VTuber drama, I noticed they don't fuck with furries. Why is that? Why is that the case? The fuck they say fuck me for? Because please, furries probably. What do you mean? That's what I don't know why they're not fucking with the furries. Also, an ad is about to start. I'll pause going through the document. I'll probably just be chatting a little bit while I eat my dinner more. Just to let y'all know, I won't be going over things while the ads play. How we get caught in the crossfire? I don't know. With like how many, like John said, the fucking 40% of the furry community is femboys. Those are allies. Why are we not with them? I'll ask. I want to know the real. No, I'm asking. I'm going to ask tomorrow. I probably won't ask tonight just because by the time I finish streaming, it'll be like late. But like tomorrow, I am tweeting out. Can somebody explain why the femboy VTubers don't fuck with furries? I just want to know. I'm very curious. Okay, there's the ad break. I get to finish eating my dinner. I'm stumped about why they don't fuck with furries. As a shithead man, I've learned that while I am expected to be an ally, which is cool with me, the gays are not all friendly. Or not all friends. No, there's a lot of infighting. Oh my gosh, babe, I haven't even told you about like all the biphobia that bisexual people deal with.
No, I know about that.
Oh, okay.
I've learned about that.
Oh, okay.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
How dare you only be a little bit gay?
As someone who is femboy adjacent, non-binary twink, furries are fucking great. That's what I'm trying to figure out, why they don't fuck with furries. A true femboy never speaks ill of the furries. Insert that Shushman Diesel meme. I've been seeing biphobia like crazy on day. Yes. Oh my god. No, the biphobia is absolutely running rampant. It's insane. My brain is short-circuiting. Zombie, no! I just want to point out, biphobia ain't ever come from straight men. We were the first allies. It's weird because some femboys can be hella homophobic. Yeah!
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Hey, real talk, find me a homophobic femboy, I'll interview them, that'll be the start of my podcast. You find me one, I'll start the podcast that fucking day.
You don't diss the queers
That's
or furries and
crazy.
this. I don't understand. I'm here and have no clue what you're talking about. Kai Pando, just femboys. Really, that's what we're talking about. I don't always say I'm bi because of said biphobia. Oh yeah, like I like openly tell people I'm bisexual, but like so many people would probably like if they actually like said some shit to my face, they'd be like, "You're not bi. You're married to a man." That does not mean I don't like women. What the fuck do you mean? It's literally I like them both. That's the whole point. It's because you have large husband triplet. I do. Internalized homophobia is the gay community. In the gay community is unfortunately very... Yes. Which, again, is fucking insane. It doesn't make sense. Me about being poly. Yeah. I'm in a weird position in the bi scale methinks. Why? I mean, if you like, for me, if you let people know you're poly, those poly people will rush you. For me, like, I don't know, if you like guys and girls, you're bi. You might prefer one or the other. Like, I like all women and one man. It is 99% women for me and 1% man, and that the one man is John. But like, that it doesn't mean I'm not bi. I don't know. I don't get it personally. Also, welcome back from the ads, everybody. Now, I have one more shrimp, so I do want to eat this. And then we will continue going over this part of the document. You say bi men don't exist? A bi man is just no, they're bi. I'm poly, but I usually say bi because it takes less explaining. Or I'm pan, but yeah. Listen, I think we should have just. I think we should have just kept them both like. We should put like, for me personally, I feel like bi and pan should like be under the same name. Like I feel like we should just have like one like, I guess, label for it, because they seem so too similar to me. Pie. I love that. I think you're right, babe. I think you're right. How many shrimp did you have? Listen. I haven't eaten a lot of them. I think I'm like maybe like 8 or 10. But I've been like covering the document, so I haven't been like eating a lot until the whatchamacallit, until the ad break. And I also had fries with it. But I might get more. Oh, okay. For me personally, I get irritated by the bisexuality argument that is transphobic to me. Bi and pan are the same. Exactly. That's how I see it too. I feel like they're the same. Pan is under the bi umbrella, so it's not wrong. I think it should be pi. Being bi or straight, because like they try to argue that like bisexual people only like cis men and cis women, and then pansexual people will like cis or trans or anything in between, which like that's not correct. But
if that's true, what's the problem? Like,
that's
you can have a preference if you want.
Don't even get me started. I'm tired of all this tense ass air. I need me a whiskey and a long ass nap. Can no one live in peace no more? No, we're so past that, Satine. We are so very past that. Okay, there we go. Only John is at peace. Bisexual sounds like a big bacteria. Stop! I feel like the people who say pan includes trans are accidentally admitting they don't think trans are valid. Yeah, you're right. Damn, we're getting into this. We should take a... Well, yeah, wait. We got this document to keep covering. We're almost done with it. So, you know, the fuck furries, I guess, whenever it comes to a Vtuber or Femboy Vtuber server. But 2 months and some meetings later, Shizu came to me about kicking Nyx out of the group due to creative differences, which I do need to zoom in on this because I can't read this that well. Okay. So this is Shizu asking Cyber if like they can talk whenever they're free. Pan is whoever I vibe with. Yes, surveying that definition. So Shizu's saying here, my concerns about including Nyx in the group, experience level. I've noticed that most of us in the group have a good amount of experience in content creation. I'm a bit concerned about Nyx joining because they haven't had as much success, and I wonder how that might impact us. Different approaches. Normally we work well together, but Nyx's ideas on content creation are quite unique from what I'm used to. It's making me wonder if we'll have trouble finding common ground on strategies. Smooth collaborations. Lately, I've talked with Nyx It felt like we were on different wavelengths. I'm concerned this could slow down our group discussion and decision making. Resource allocation. Our original plan was to help experienced streamers grow, but bringing in someone newer might mean spreading our resources thin. I want to make sure we're focusing on our primary goals. Shared goals. We formed this group to work to support hardworking streamers aiming to boost their brands, but Nick seems to have a different idea of what our group is all about, and that's causing some tension. I want to clarify that my intentions are not to criticize Nick's. My main goal is to maintain a friendly and productive atmosphere within our group that we can all collaborate effectively and stay true to our initial mission. The differences when it came to Nick's ideas had to do with algorithms and what makes a video do well. Nick's wasn't a huge content creator number-wise, since he's an editor for many people, so Shizu deemed his opinions as less important or invalid. And then this is, again, the message that Shizu had prepared for Nick's, to, like, tell them that they would be kicking them out of the group. Bisexual is a real term, and it's sexually attracted to... Oh, my God. TLDR, bisexuals and furries are under the high security protection because they keep taking hits in the crossfire. Yes. Need to finish the lukewarm Femboy tea and get the coffee. Oh, yeah, we do have the coffee drama to go over. I forgot. Oh, my God. So, there's that message again. Who is this? Lazu says, as time progressed, I felt uneasy by Shizu and the way that the group was going. He would talk about how content creators were out to get him, or they were funneling viewers so they squeezed him out of opportunities. I'm personally a quiet person. I usually sit back and let others talk so I can soak in the information and then make a decision based on what is given to me. I take notes so then I can remember what I want to say because I'm easily forgetful, so I use most of my brain power on listening and understanding. When it came to me doing this, Shizu did not like that. He wanted me to say yes or acknowledge everything he said. I'm not a yes man. In one meeting, me and Shizu butted heads, and after that, he didn't interact with me in any way, shape, or form. I was doing a subathon at the time, and he never dropped by once. Soon after, the group disbanded. Oh, that's it. Hold on, I wanted to see what the Femboy Hype House thing was. It's just, oh, okay, it's just more shit talking about the server. Okay, well, that, I don't feel like going into all the different sections because it's just even more of a whole lot of nothing. Wait. My arm have 4 stripes. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of nothingness. I'll be honest. This whole thing is stupid to me. This whole thing is really just dumb. It was these people just coordinating an attack against Shizu. Because I will say in their defense, they had been trying to stop, like, just leave this alone, and he kept, you know, egging on the situations and talking shit and whatnot. I will say, Shizu did have put out more on, like, his own side. Let's see, yeah, so Shizu put, on June 10th, he said, one thing that needs to be said is that the situation between Caleb and me did not need to go public. I believe the only reason it did was because certain people in the Femboy space who already had an issue with me pushed it forward to stir up drama for their own petty reasons. And so Shizu actually put out this, like, put out a thread basically calling out everybody who was going to put out a document against him, like, preemptively. Because if y'all remember at the end of Shizu's first document, whenever he was talking about Caleb, he was like, as people put out docs, I will respond to them accordingly. But I think he realized that more people were going to put out docs than he really wanted to have to respond to. And so he just, I guess, tried to get ahead of the situation by making this thread. He said, before any more Google Docs drop, I want to clarify who I expect them from and why I was the one who chose to cut ties, not the other way around. I'll put together proper docs later, either individually or as one full document, since all of it is connected. Femboy stuff only lasts until age sets in. Imagine coming home to a 50-year-old man with a beard going, ooh, woo. Sarah. Oh my God. So he says, one is coming from Moxie. The person always made me feel like something was off in our relationship. Even when I asked if we were okay and he said yes, I never fully believed it. Sarah, how's it going? It wasn't until one night when he blew up at me while drunk and that I finally heard what he really thought. During that call, he yelled at me for nearly an hour. He kept telling me I wasn't good as I thought I was, claimed that 15 non-partnered indie VTubers hated me, repeated over and over again that I need to be better, and criticized me for not rating him and Cyber more during their birthday streams. He also said I was too professional and intimidating, but insisted he was just trying to help. Here are the chat logs from that night, from when he called me, and later when I asked if he stood by the way he spoke to me, he said he did. After this, I'm the one who chose to stop being his friend. Additionally, I did reach out to his ex, with whom I was mutuals with at the time, to try and understand how things got to this point, but they weren't in a place to talk about it then. After we spoke, they asked to be left out, but I know Moxie will use this as a key point in his document. Next is someone named Clueless Nix. I barely knew them at the time, but here's what happened. I created a small Discord server where I paid for bots and resources to help share sponsorships and tools to help with streaming. The goal was simple: help people, firstly mutuals like Moxie and Cyber, reach Twitch partner. I hosted weekly or bi-weekly meetings to talk strategy, gave feedback to help increase viewership, and even offered to edit short form content for them on Instagram and TikTok for free. They never took me up on it, but everything I did was to help them succeed. From the start, I made it clear that the group was essentially for supporting a Twitch partner push. It was meant to stay small and focused. Eventually, Moxie started asking about inviting more people. I wasn't planning to expand the group, but he kept pushing for me to invite Clueless Nix. He said Nix was an up-and-coming VTuber, that he owed them a favor. I eventually agreed, not because I disliked Nix, but because it wasn't what the group was created for. In one of our meetings, I reviewed everyone's YouTube channels. At the time, my own channel had been growing thanks to editors who I had hired and helped my clips perform better. I noticed Moxie's channel had stalled, so I suggested he try a new editor and or thumbnail artist. I even offered the contracts I used because I believed his content was good and just needed better presentation. Basically acting like an agency. Yeah. That's when the problem started with Nix. They got heated and they said they had more YouTube experience than I did, claiming they had been doing it for 7 years. This caught me off guard since Moxie had described them as a newer VTuber. Nix continued insisting that they knew more than me, and I explained I was only trying to help Moxie get viewers and people to them. What I didn't know at the time was Nix was editing for Moxie. This was something they now try to use against me, saying there's no way you didn't know I was his editor, but truly I didn't. If I had known, I never would have made the suggestion in front of them. Anyone who knows me knows I don't intentionally go out of my way to make people feel small or discredit their work. The argument dragged on for over an hour before the meeting ended. Afterwards, I messaged Moxie and Cyber privately to ask if they were okay with me removing Nix from the server. I wanted to be sure before doing anything, since Nix had caused a lot of tension on their first day and didn't seem like a good fit for what the group was meant to be. They both said it was fine. I wrote a short, polite message to send to Nix and asked Moxie and Cyber for approval if it was okay. They both agreed, and I have proof of the approval. Telling someone to get a new barber as they're sitting in the seat from their POV. Yeah. I removed Nix from the group, and since then they have spent months bad-mouthing me to others, claiming I tried to get them fired. That was never my intention. At one point, Moxie even told me Nix was editing for free, so I was confused about what job I was supposedly interfering with. Earlier this month, I had separate conversations with Nix, and they clarified that they were getting paid sometimes. Either way, I chose to stop engaging with Nix. We weren't really friends, and after they spent so much time talking negatively about me over a single event, I had no reason to stay connected. Now, these are documents that aren't out yet, but Shizu says another one will probably come from Peppermint and Pimp and whoever this other person is. I'll call them Mon. I'll call them Moni. These two were some of the most uncomfortable people I had to deal with. It started with when I attended a virtual meet and greet and spent some time chatting with fans. One fan showed up cosplaying as me, which I was genuinely honored by. Unfortunately, what happened afterwards made me feel awful. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up on chat. That reminds me of when I got my haircut before vacay. The motherfucker next to me fell asleep in the chair at the barber, full snoring. Jay, can you not cover this shit? Has me pissed. The future docs, I mean. Well, I don't think these people are putting out or have put out docs. Hold on, let me see. God, please don't be porn on their page. I'm begging. Okay, so far so good. Okay, I don't know if that art was gonna be safe. I gotta scroll back up. But no, so far these two are not putting out documents. Oh, nope, this person said this hurts to write. Thank you for your patience. They're absolutely working on a document right now. I wonder what the occurrence rates are from pressing in the community. You know, people just use friendships to basically take advantage of it. I don't know. Also, welcome back, Kobe. I get paid sometimes. Things always scare you. Either well, I think they were friends with the person, so like they were doing a lot of the editing like for free, like because they were friends with the person. It wasn't like a taking advantage of situation. Not that I'm aware of. Also, I'm sorry, Gamma. I might cover the future docs. But anyways, back into this. A group I was connected with at the time came over to say hi. One of them, whoever this is, saw the cosplayer and invited them to join the group, saying it was fine because they were with me. Later, I found out that Smonio ended up sleeping with that viewer later the same day. This bitch, what? This dude just slept with this dude. Oh my god, we banging out viewers now. Oh man, that's crazy. They fucked the cosplayer cosplaying Shizu. What? Time to learn how to cos Saren. Oh my god. Oh my god, they fucked that cosplayer. That same day that they invited them to join the group. That's insane! What streamer was this for? For research purposes? Kobe! These vetting processes are getting insane! Brother, I need a nap. Alrighty, bet those channel points. Alright, let me continue reading this. She just said, this really bothered me not long before Smonio had told me they had feelings for me, so hearing that they got involved with someone dressed as me felt uncomfortable and wrong. Later on, I was told by my mods who were friends with that cosplayer that Smonio and the viewer got into a relationship that seemed very toxic. They had a crush on Shizu, and so they fucked a cosplayer cosplaying Shizu? Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, hold on. Sorry, the automa got your ass, Gamma. Oh man. Oh man. Wow. When the Takimura fucking parasocial relationship having ass. I need to go touch grass before this is getting too much internet. Oh man. All right, well, continuing this. Oh god, I didn't mean to actually like go into this. They fucked the cosplayer because they couldn't get the real. Oh man, that's like getting one of those model toys of someone except next level glove. Oh man, oh man. Okay. It also turned out that Smonio was in some kind of shared relationship with Peppermint, and wanted them added into the situation. From then on, I kept hearing negative things, and I got more upset knowing they had used my name to get close to a viewer and pull them into something like that. I told Smonio that if anything messed up happened, I would remove him from everything. Eventually, I did. I also wanted to point out that I met both of them in person and barely spoke to them, yet they told others that we had deep conversations that never actually happened. Below is a photo of the cosplayer. The second image is the cosplayer on Smonio's account posting selfies. This was brought to my attention after I was told he was asked to bring the cosplay of me with him while visiting Smonio. They only fucking in the cosplay? Oh, wow. Wow. They say this is still the Femboy stuff, yes. They said the Shizu cosplay stays on during sex. Oh,
Great.
fuck.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, Mom was right. It is the internet. Listen, I would want to cosplay BFGF, but this is fucking crazy. I'm blue screening. Okay, wait. A little pause. I gotta. God, y'all have been betting big every time. I don't feel like pulling out the desk cam, I'll be so honest. But 10.6k into heads and 1.9k into tails? Oh, that was a good flip. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But it's Tails. And only one person, wait. Yeah, only one person voted into Tails while everybody else went into Heads. One of you didn't even vote. Scam. Kobe's a rich. Kobe will be awarded 12,432 channel points. Oh, wow. Refund. Oh, man. Wow. Kobe put in 1K and got 11K back. Golly. Man, Kobe, he cheated. No. Yeah, can't I be happy for my nigga? Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is the this whole cosplay thing is the craziest shit out of all of this. He used reality warping to do that? No. Oh, Shizu finishes off the thread saying, there are likely more documents being written about me and they'll try to paint me in the worst light possible, but I want to make it clear that I was the one who chose to end most of these friendships because they made me uncomfortable or were really toxic towards me. My experience in the Femboy VTuber space was overwhelmingly negative. I've met more toxic people in that space than I ever did when I first started streaming, and that says a lot. For those who followed me for years and know what I've dealt with in the past, hear this: the Femboy VTuber space was the worst community I've ever been a part of. These people are big reasons why I distanced myself as quickly as I could. Whatever gets included in their docs I'll address, but the core of the truth is that I walked away because of their behavior. That said, I also want to say that not all femboys are bad. I've met plenty of good ones, and I hope they are okay. Damn, we let a physics scam. Hi, Dragon Knight. Welcome in. I can't believe this. I can't believe they was only fucking in the Shizu cosplay. Is crazy. That's fucking insane. And then let me see. I think Shizu. Oh. I didn't want to go to my TL. Anything could have showed up there. And so then after Moxie's document came out, will this affect the trout population? What? The cosplay thing is so wild and oh yeah, that's awful, but it's also fucking insane. Shizu says, so Moxie's doc was just random quotes with no proof I actually did anything, followed by me explaining the situation, and that somehow counts as evidence. He gives zero real context or receipts. Is this even worth responding to? It's also funny how some of the screenshots are of messages he edited to make himself look better, specifically for the document. And then Shizu tweeted out, what time was this at? 4 o'clock yesterday. Said, after seeing those comments filled with giggle emotes and Google Doc jokes, it hit me how childish this whole thing is to keep feeding into. Honestly, those docs aren't even worth being public. Call me a dick if you want, but the creators I dealt with from the Femboy space, no matter how nice they act, were genuinely abusive. Even Moxie admitted he got drunk and yelled at me for an hour for not rating him enough and telling me to do better. If not being friendly with people like that makes me a dick, so be it. I've already wasted over 24 hours on this drama. I'll make a video about my experience in the future and then move on with my life. And then it says, one last thing I hadn't mentioned before, but when Moxie was yelling at me, he admitted to telling others I was too busy to talk to them. Just to be clear, I don't give anyone the right to speak for me like that. I wasn't too busy. He just lied. That was a good nap. Came back to my first 112K channel points and just got brought McDonald's. W night. Kobe, I hope the next time you blow all your points and lose and get no points and then you have no money and no house and no future. Come on. Imagine yelling at someone for not rating you as if that was going to make them want to do so. Listen, I will say, Shizu is a shitty person in this, but these docs are not worth being public, and this whole thing is childish. But, he's also being a child in this. And then he just kind of goes back to, tweeting out normally. Says, I appreciate anyone who's checked on me, even those I haven't talked to in years. Thank you so much. But that is the latest recap on the Femboy drama. So there will be more documents coming out. I don't know if Peppermint will put out one, but Smonio is working on one, and I mean, listen, I will absolutely be covering the doc of the person who fucked a viewer dressed up as Shizu because they couldn't fuck Shizu himself.
Wait, what?
I have to. You didn't hear
I
about
don't know who
that?
the fuck Shizu is. I don't remember. the name.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, this person fucked the viewer like a fan, like, that was dressed as Shizu. Because apparently they had a crush on Shizu. But, like...
Yo, that is a different type of freaky.
That's insane!
But, like...
And, like, they got in a relationship. And at one point, this viewer was going to go visit, like, this Smonio person. And brought the cosplay with them. Like, the Shizu cosplay stays on during sex. Is what was happening there.
Low key, like, what are the ethics on that? That's pretty legit, yeah, or is that bad?
That's awful!
I mean, it's not. I mean, they could have, you know, they could have done some other crimes. They could have done some illegal shit.
I mean, yes, John needs to make content. We've been trying to get this man. The ethics are non-existent. How damn bad do you have to be to cosplay someone as another person? Like, that is too parasocial. Morally awful, legally light work. Yeah.
Wait, so how do we feel about that Futurama episode where you could download a celebrity and put it on a robot? I mean,
I feel like, yeah, that's awful, but it's also like a robot. Cause like they're like sex dolls of celebrities.
Yeah, but they get paid commission off that.
Oh, that is true. Okay, you've got a point there. Not me thinking about the ethics of fucking celebrity robot sex dolls. Good God. You know, when I want to cosplay BFGF, I want them to dress up as fictional characters. I want to fuck not real people. Well, I mean, technically, Shizu is a fictional character. Like, that's a VTuber. That's not... I don't know if they have their VTuber... I don't imagine they have their VTuber modeled after themselves. John, the thought provoker. If I catch one of y'all cosplaying as me and fucking we gotta fight. Oh my God. Yeah, nobody can do that. Honestly, a bar. Yeah, so whenever Smonio comes out with the document, we will be covering that. I absolutely want to know what they say in defense of them fucking a viewer that was cosplaying Shizu. I'm extremely curious about that. That has to be covered. That has to be covered. Are VTuber Sonas or OC? It depends on the person. Like, my VTubers are Sonas, but other people's VTubers are OCs. If I got someone acting suspiciously towards a cosplayer that looks like me, I'd be upset. Like, yo, I'm right here. Yeah. VTubers and Femboys, what's next? It's the next set of drama is still in VTubers, but it's in the coffee business of VTubers. I think you need consent to do sex stuff with an OC or a Sona. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Gonna ask my partner if they want to do it while I'm dressed in a club suit. Oh my gosh. I promise if you make sex stuff with the Disney IP, they're going to be on your ass. Yeah. Anyways. The next set of drama, which this one will probably be delivered in a little bit of a different format because one of the people involved in this has set their account to private, so I can't actually see the like posts from them. And I thought something like this would happen, so I screenshotted most of it, but I did miss one like large post that they made at the end. I didn't get a screenshot of that, unfortunately. But outside of that, we'll still be able to go over everything else. So this next set of drama, which let me, the VTuber, coffee brands are in shambles. We gotta update the title because we're talking about the coffee now. I heard from another VTuber there's gonna be something Oh. Something bigger happened in the space, like major drama, and I don't like that permanent. Oh, God. I can't wait to cover it. Yes, coffee! Next big controversy needs to be a new demographic. Spider VTubers or something. We have got two coffee brands fighting on the TL. This also happened on June 9th. So it was the same day that the Femboy stuff was happening. But I covered that, and I ran out of time to cover this stuff. Let me remove the cropping, and so y'all will get to see kind of the whole thing. Can I, we'll do this at 100%, and I think that will actually, I think if I put that cropping back on, yes, we'll still be able to see everything. Here we go. So, yes, the two brands at play here, which you can see it on Hikari's, name here. The brands are Oshi Cafe and then Itasha Coffee. Aries VRC is the owner, or I think what is it? The Itasha Coffee's racing driver number 2. So this is the account for Itasha Coffee. And I can't actually show y'all the Oshi Cafe account because that one got banned. It got suspended on Twitter. So two coffee companies going at it with one another is what's happening here. So Hikari posted on like 1 a.m. on June 9th. I said it once and I'll say it again. We have only one ingredient in our coffee. You know it, you love it, bean. And Aries, the, I guess, co-owner of Itasha Coffee, had quote tweeted this. I know it says post unavailable, but they had quote tweeted this tweet and said, "And if you're mad about our flavored coffees, try our amazing in-house unflavored roasts, roasted by us, no shortcuts. If you've got something to say, stop being passive-aggressive and just at me. I'll stand on business every time." Is this like actual coffee? Yes, like these two companies sell coffee branded off of VTubers. But it is like actual coffee. Oh, good night, Wani. Thanks for stopping by. I think Twitch is confused on what kind of coffee. I got a K-Cubs ads on the sidebar. Yeah, no, this is like actual coffee. You gotta work in 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. I hope we have a good time at work. I thought it was like someone named coffee. No. We're talking about actual like the caffeinated coffee drink that these two companies like produce and sell. Oshi Cafe is a newer company that has just come out recently. They came out around the time that like the Q-Andle like debacle happened. A bunch of different VTuber brands came out around that time, and Oshi Cafe was one of them. And then Itasha Coffee, who is Aries VRC is owner of, I believe they've been around for quite some time. And so those are the characters at play here. I mean, yeah, that's around the time Oshi Cafe was like created. So weird that the coffee brand has non-OC characters on its banner. It'd be like McDonald's with Naruto characters in its market. Yeah. It's kind of strange. But these were the first posts that I saw of this. And so I believe, let's see, that was 9/28. Yes, so the next thing is Aries VRC, so Itasha Coffee tweeted, "This isn't how an adult handles things. It's petty. I wasn't involved until you started insulting someone who's been nothing but kind, someone you've repeatedly manipulated just to take shots at me." Which there was another person who was responding to Aries' like claims saying, "No, I definitely saw you guys trying to make petty tweets about Oshi Coffee, or Oshi Cafe really, when they were actively promoting you. I was going to bite my tongue, but lying and playing martyr is silly." Which Aries responds here, "While she was promoting us, she was insulting us in her streams and in her Discord. Haven't lied a single time. I'll drop receipts if I need to. She manipulated a close friend of hers to try and get close to me and learned my trade secrets. Actual corporate espionage. Her friend realized we weren't bad people and now we're friends. Life is crazy like that." To which, I'll just call them Kone, responds, "Okay, then drop the receipts because that's a lot of bold claims with no names, You shouldn't be claiming any of that unless you're posting the receipts to back it up." To which Aries says, "You're totally right. I wasn't initially prepared to go into fully, but that isn't fair of me. I made a full post, that has some of the screenshots and goes into depth on it." And down here, how corporate espionage, bro. Down here, Hikari actually responded to this saying, like how you got my account banned, like how you're going from person to person DMing them to turn them against me behind my back. Stand on business then. I did nothing but uplift Itasha since day one, and you did nothing but try and break me down. And before we get into, oh, Tier, thank you for the Queen's Care package. Which is phenomenal timing. Because before Aries made this post, like airing everything out, Hikari posted at Aries, the owner of Itasha Coffee Company, you don't put your ingredients on your packaging for your flavored coffee, which could lead to breakouts, allergic reactions, or even hospitalization. Your distribution address is a UPS building. No one knows where you get your beans, and I have a strong suspicion it was you who got Oshi Cafe Shop banned, the Twitter account. You're literally nothing to me at this point. You've been in business for 2 years and didn't even pass 1,000 followers or hype until after we started boosting you. You are all in this debt and mad that I didn't do things the way you did them or whatever. And the fact I unleashed one Printify coffee, you've convinced yourself and everyone else that I'm white labeling everything. You're beneath me. Focus on consolidating your massive debt and get your coffee right instead of obsessing over me. Which I saw this tweet, I was like, God damn! Is that clock it, sis? I saw this tweet, I was like, oh, I gotta cover this on stream. This is some juicy shit. Now I will say, cause Hikari posted this, somebody did quote tweet I think something else, either Hikari had posted or something else, but they had said, what about the unpaid people in here? And it actually links to a Reddit post talking about Shanae? Is it Shanae? Smith Drama, which is the owner of Oshi Cafe. For a bunch of coffee branding, there's a lot of tea. Listen, I know Oshi Cafe, and I personally have more positive experience with Oshi Cafe than Itasha Coffee, but that's just me. Well, apparently, there's some drama regarding the owner of Oshi Cafe, and this was from 2 years ago on the Metal Gear Solid subreddit of all places. But it says, I know there isn't a ton of overlap between this sub and MGS Twitter, which is a place, but for those who don't know, this is actually Cheyenne or Shanae. I think it's Shanae. Shanae Smith was a mid-sized deal in the Twitter sphere. She hosted spaces with David Hayter and others, guest on others' podcasts, and showed Shadow Moss Cafe twice. It was recently rebooted, where she had guests Hayter and Crifts Randolph. She talked about being friends with these people and other insiders and was generally a good ambassador from the series. She also started a game company with an associated Patreon. She roped in some VAs and other talents, recently completely ghosted and took all of the money with her. That's the bulk of it. I thought I'd post this here where people would know to watch for her. Here is a small thread on it. What the fuck does this have to do with Metal Gear Solid? I don't know. But apparently says that's Shanae Smith. She made a game studio, made a lot of failed promises, ghosted VAs, and took down the studio's Patreon without refunds and disappeared from the internet. She also had side drama from her Yelp business about false reviews and threatening to sue a 17-year-old. So this is all stuff back in 2023 about the owner of Oshi Cafe. I think it's some of the voice actors for Metal Gear Solid is why this ended up getting posted here. But that was like, this was put out and they said, edit the TLDR seems to be this. She started a real company as a cleaner, found that doing real work makes more money that content production does at the start, and fucked up Rip Bozo. And they say, update, she's doing this now, which I don't know if this will show up. No. It's a bunch of accounts that are no longer there. My gripe is, this is a lot, but why is there no solid evidence of it? That is very true. So apparently there's speculation, I'll say, and rumor that she had started a game company in the past and kind of ripped people off from it. And so that came up, and then they also said, stop lying and being a life coach and using AI for it, which they linked another post that somebody had made back in May 8th of 2025, They said, here are the screenshots about the Oshi Cafe lady I was talking about on stream, by the way. How can one be a grifter and a tourist? Pick a struggle. And it's this post here that says, hi, you do know I have a life outside of MGS anymore, right? And I think people just bringing back that, like, her past issues that happened in the Metal Gear Solid fandom. So this was just, like, something that, like, I saw came up. But just to give, like, a background on, Hikari has had some issue in the past, but that's unrelated to this stuff. So Aries had put a mega post out, basically. 0 screenshots, 0 recordings. Just, yeah, I won't lie, I had interest in Oshi Cafe personally, so, like, I might be biased, especially since they have an affiliate program, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. What does this have to do with selling and promoting and properly delivering a product now? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I think at some point she even tweeted out that, like, she made mistakes in the past. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not misgendering this person. Put pronouns in your bios. I say as somebody, I don't think I have pronouns in my bio. I'm using they, them. That's the safest one. So I don't have it here, but I do believe I saw a post where they had admitted, like, they had made mistakes in the past, but, like, they have changed and they are doing things, like, right and proper now. So I feel like to bring that up is kind of unnecessary to, like, in my opinion, at least. But continuing on into the post that, like, the big post that Aries made, because this person made, like, this whole thing completely adding her, saying to, like, Shanae and added Hikari, their, like, Twitter account. Let's clear some things up. Screenshots to follow. First, yes, we do list our ingredients exactly as required by FDA guidelines. 100% coffee contains natural and artificial flavors. That's standard across the industry. Go look at Bones, Black Rifle, or any other serious flavored roasters. We use all natural flavoring. You know that if you actually understood this business. You want to know my importer and how I flavor my beans? Not happening. I'm not handing over the blueprint just so you can copy that next. Meanwhile, you're reselling Asiento's Sumatra blend and pretending it's your own roast. Post all the green bean content you want. At the end of the day, you're not roasting your coffee. Someone else is. That's like buying flour and calling yourself a baker. Screenshot 1 is of you admitting in DMs that you're reselling the same Sumatra that you've tried at Asiento's roasters. And let's talk about debt. I took real risks to build my business, working full-time and putting everything I had into this. You tried to brag about starting from Printify and personal funds and admitted your husband paid off a small business loan for you. I'm not judging for that, but don't act superior while insulting me for mine and denying it. Screenshot 2 is flip-flopping about not having debt, doing what you had to do with drop shipping, then admitting that you had a loan that your husband paid off. You brought it up, not me. You didn't grow my brand. I was focused on Instagram and events long before I even started on Twitter. You blew up because of your gamer subs drama. Let's not rewrite history. As for your ban, I was at the firehouse on duty. I don't have time to mass report anyone. More likely, you got flagged for botting followers. If that's not true, post receipts, show the appeal. Otherwise, stop pointing fingers. And the worst part, you were two-faced the whole time. You tried to get IshiVT to dig into how I flavor my coffees because she felt if she didn't agree with you, then she'd lose her friend. Screenshot 4 is a statement from Ishi, all while acting like you supported us, just to throw shade later. Screenshot 3 is of you insulting us on your stream. Check chat for some context. Screenshot 5 in replies is of you encouraging Ishi to get our ingredients for you, using their allergens as a reason. I built something real, no drop shipping, no shortcuts, no lies. You don't like flavored coffee? Cool, try unflavored roasts. I stand behind every single bag. Thanks. I'm gonna go order some coffee from from Itasha. Oh my gosh. I will say, I am affiliated with Oshi Cafe. If y'all get anything, use code YayJBay. I haven't made a post about it yet, but you know, I figure while I'm going over this, I might as well say I do have a discount code for them. I love how their arguments are also partly them advertising and glazing. Yeah. So here's the first screenshot. So it's I believe this is a screenshot from the Oshi Cafe owner saying, however, Luis and I are roasting and shipping a Sumatra blend that Luis stocks in his cafe and roastery already, and I have drank it and tried it many times. I'm not a Q grader, and I doubt you are as well, but the coffee I am. It cuts off there. It's just a very small screenshot. This is the one from apparently Hikari talking shit about Itasha Cafe or Itasha Coffee Company on their streams. I think people in chat are like saying something. Looking at it, it doesn't seem that much. Gotta head to bed, so I leave you with this. Thank you for the stick bug, and thanks for stopping by, Torf. I hope you have a good night. Stick bug. And then here's the screenshot of. These screenshots are horribly framed, dog. I'm sorry. I just like grabbed these from whatchamacallit. I just grabbed these and put them on a slide which I'm glad I did because this stuff is not available anymore. The person went on private. But then they have this screenshot over here. I think this is a third one where it's Aries talking to Hikari. No, I'm sorry. I'm just yeah. I could make them bigger. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm just reading it to y'all. This screenshot over here is Hikari and Aries talking. So Aries said, "Hey Hikari, out of curiosity, are you telling me that you started Oshi Cafe with no debt and entirely off of your Printify sales?" With Hikari saying, "I'm telling you, I stated from personal funds and Printify sales, which again I am allowed to do. What are you trying to ask?" Aries said, "Because you stated otherwise previously, and if you're not being truthful about that, then I'd be a bit confused." Hikari asked, "When did I state previously?" Aries said, "On your Twitter, you previously discussed taking on debt to start Oshi Cafe," which Hikari said, "Oh, I know what you're talking about. I see the tweets. I started with 6K debt and have consolidated already," which Aries just responded, "Right." Hikari says, "Your debt has nothing to do with me." Aries said, "I never once said it did," to which Hikari responded, "Then why do you keep bringing it up?" Aries said, "I did not." But Hikari said, "You know what? That's fine. Okay. I took out a small business loan through USAA of 6K to fund certain things, and my husband consolidated it for me." Thank you for reading it. Yeah. I got you. And then the last one says, the following is all screenshots from a convo me and Hikari had. I severely regret what I said here, and I'd like to say I'd like to make it very clear. I do not believe Itasha is dropshipping. These statements were made out of an incredibly vulnerable place where I felt like if I didn't side with Hikari, I would lose my friend. Please understand that when you rate them. So this one here, Aso, hello. Not the drive-by. That's fucking insane. Hold on. I'm like slowly trying to not call you Chicky. I know you said it's still fine to call you that, but I feel like I should call you Aso. But y'all go follow them. My favorite comfort streamer. You can still call me Chicky, but I feel like I know I can, but I feel like I should say Aso. It's just I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. my brain is like they're no longer Chicky. Go do Aso. Aso is safe. That's the safest. Is this about the coffee? It is. It is about the coffee. Both these dramas today are so dumb and petty. Literally beefing for the love of the game. That's all the drama. That's all the drama, I feel. And so then we have more screenshots from Ishii and Hikari where Hikari posted something and said, yeah. Ishii said, so I'm not buying that. Hikari responds, not to fearmonger, but God, I want to tweet out my ingredient list so bad and it's one ingredient. And Aries took that screenshot and posted saying, this is part of the conversation which you were encouraging Ishii with the weight of your friendship. Don't worry, I'm sure the rest of it will come to light soon, but that isn't my place yet. And Ishii posted more context on how I felt during that time. I had just launched my brand and was riding a high because Hikari encouraged me to start. I thought if I said no after all she gave me, I would lose another friend. Me deciding to separate from her was all on my own. And this is like her little, or their little snippet here saying, overall, Shanae has talked a lot of crap about other people in the past and currently. I was practically forced into agreeing with her because I thought I'd lose my friend. To make this very clear, Hikari never once said, oh, we can't be friends if you don't agree with me. I have severe anxiety and was riding a very big emotional high after I started Oshi Descent. I've lost many friends in the past because I didn't agree with them, and it was incredibly horrible of me to think this of Hikari. This doc is to get all the secrets and lies out. No witch hunts, just me telling my side of the story. Hikari, if you hate me after this for painting you as a villain, that's okay. I expected that much. However, this situation has been sitting on my shoulders for a long time. For too long. And I will say, Ishii did delete the doc very shortly after. I think, like, see, they posted this in an hour. I think the doc they put out was deleted in like 2 hours. They really did not stand on business with it at all. So I was unable to get that document. Like, I wasn't able to get a hold of that document. And then a lot of the things that, what is it? The Atasha Coffee person had posted. I got those screenshots, but there was another large post that I wasn't able to, get a picture of. So I couldn't include that in here too. Rexy! Hi! Welcome in! How's it going? Oh shit. Shout out. There we go. See, Aso, if you were at Virality, I met your friend group. Hey, but you weren't even there. Anyways, I digress from that. I will say, I believe this is... So mad you weren't there. I'm so mad about that. I believe this was in response to the big post that Ares VRC had made. But Dax Foreign put a long post here saying, personally unbiased take here, since I haven't had much interaction with either of you. I'm also a business analyst in my real life, if that helps to prove any credibility to what I'm about to say. Her ass was asleep. Should have woke up. Should not have gone to sleep. Anyways, two things first. While I may follow Hikari, I don't know her personally. I am also going off of the conversation you provided in the screenshot, which might not be the full story / context. I feel like this is pointless back and forth. While started by Hikari, it was continued by you, Ares. I say that because of your last message in the first screenshot. You said you appreciate the apology and Hikari taking public accountability, resolution offered, for what she said at an emotional state, how it started, even commending her for taking the right first steps, accepting the resolution. Where it went wrong was when you moved right into beating a dead horse with the rest of your message, continuing the issue. The issue seemed to be at a state of resolution, and then you spoke words that incited continuation of the problem. It came off very condescending, like a parent scolding a child of another parent. Instead of it being two businesses hashing out an issue professionally. This isn't how business representatives handle these types of issues or situations. You are not their parent, their supervisor, their CEO, or their maker. Respectfully, if you want to reach a resolution, you wouldn't have continued the way that you did. You should have left it alone. As for the other screenshot, it doesn't really provide enough context to determine who brought up debt and continues to do so, but does that really matter? In the end, you both are two businesses that started two different ways, who have two different operating models that you both have issues with. Continuing to air this out publicly could have real negative impacts to both businesses. I suggest either taking this offline, business to business, or dropping it altogether and leaving it alone. Since it seems like you both blocked each other, I say leave it alone and carry on in separate spaces. I hope peace finds you both. Which, like, yeah, a trusted adult has entered the chat. More drama? What? Oh, Cinder, you're so behind, bud. You're so behind. We've had 2 days of Femboy drama, and we're going over the coffee drama. You gotta watch the VODs. You gotta catch up. Honestly, the coffee drama isn't half as bad as the previous one. That is very true. And then it looks like, so this screenshot, it says, is Aries saying, thanks, I do appreciate the apology that you're willing to take public responsibility. That's a step in the right direction. But here's the reality. What's been frustrating is that your words and actions haven't aligned. You said you were moving away from print on demand, but those products are still live on your shop. You said you were committed to quality, but you launched a coffee product that you haven't even tasted. That's not just a startup shortcut. It's misleading to your audience, especially when you make a post like drop shipping, where not even a week after you stopped, while you're still drop shipping some products, and while the coffee you did already sell was still in the mail on its way to your customers. White labeling is a step up from drop shipping, sure, but at the end of the day, it's still reselling someone else's roasting. When you frame that as doing what you had to do, it comes across as an excuse, not a business plan. Femboys and Coffee sounds like an upcoming web novel. To which Aries did respond to this, but again, their account is private now, so I don't know what the response was. But Dax did respond saying, I'm going to be really, really honest and direct here. You do not sound like a business professional. You sound like a protester protesting your competitors. You are hurting your business by how you are acting. Proof of that is right in front of you. This is my first interaction and impression of your company, and I'm not impressed. I will not become a customer because of how messy your company handles things like this. Others have also voiced out against you and how you're handling this. It is a very serious impact. You need the court of public opinion to be successful in any business. You're bashing another business, sharing screenshots of their private takes on your business when it honestly doesn't matter. It's safe to say that some Starbucks executives have a thing or two to say about Dunkin' Donuts flavors and practices and vice versa, but neither of them let their opinions impact them this much. Not until it becomes public defamation and slander, then it's legal actions. From what I saw, Hikari shared her take and her husband's experience drinking your coffee in a Discord message, not as public protest to deter customers. She didn't seem to say anything publicly until you did. The reality is people are entitled to their opinions and they are entitled to share them, and not all opinions are going to be enjoyable. I will advise you once again, safeguard your business, let this go. To which Aries responded something and Dax just said, good luck with your business. The trusted adult. I'm gonna just buy FaZe Connect coffee. Listen, I'm saying if y'all do decide y'all don't want Itasha coffee, but you do want some Oshi Cafe, make sure you use code YayJBay at checkout. Get that. I think you get like 15% off. Just put it out there. Also, an ad break is about to start. So that's all I really have on the coffee drama. One of them have gone private. The other one is still active and posting. I think Oshi Cafe kind of won this because, as Dax is saying, like it was really Itasha Coffee that was just dragging this. Dax was talking about Itasha or Oshi. Dax was talking about Itasha. Who was the good guy in this? I'll say, I don't know if I'd say there's like a good guy necessarily. If there is a good guy, it would be Oshi Cafe. Oshi Cafe made mistakes, but isn't that bad. Yeah. Oshi Cafe like has done things in the past, and like whenever they were first starting up, they weren't like completely transparent, but like now they are, and like what they're doing and like how they run their business, where Itasha Coffee was just kind of shit talking them the entire time and like taking stuff that they didn't say publicly but making it public when it wasn't supposed to be. Also, I'm so sorry the ad started. Having tea on coffee drama is something I never thought I'd say. What are the odds? Yeah, I definitely say like from this Oshi Cafe, I'd say is like the good guy. Tasha's kind of big because they've got coffee like other big VTubers of like Podge and Kami. Itasha Cafe or Itasha Coffee has been around longer. They've been around for like 2 or 3 years now, where Oshi Cafe is like started up in the last like 3 months, I'd say. I just got called Dutch and I have never felt more offended. Oh my god, tear. Tell my husband I love it. Good god. My thing is, why not just talk privately about this stuff? Why do it on the internet? Exactly. And like this should have been a private conversation that Itasha Cafe brought up publicly. Oshi Cafe is new, yeah, but I've never heard of Itasha Coffee. Yeah. Time to start doing business where I get paid to create refrigerator art quality drawings branded as childhood nostalgia. Honestly, you just need like one rich person to like endorse it and you're set. You're good. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta. There we go. But yeah, and like you even have a literal business analyst telling Itasha Coffee like stop this. this is fucking childish bullshit. Cut it out. And they did not cut it out until they went private. The thing is, though, to me as a bystander, this comes across as feeling insecure now that there's notable competition in the same brand you're selling, you're promoting. Yeah, that's really what it was. That's really what it was, is that they have competition and they're salty about it, and their competition is like growing to be like bigger than them for having been in the game as long as they have. But like, have a better business model. Like, just be better. Like, get good is quite literally the solution there. It's not shit talk your competitor online and leak their private DMs about things that they said. Like, that's not the move. And I don't know why people would think that is. My instant response would have been skill issue. Yeah, correct. That's really what it is. Just get good. I'm being real. I'm tired of the VTuber drama. It's all petty. Cinder really set this community way back. Oh yeah. I mean, even I'd say since I will say, I'm thinking about it, because the Cinder situation, I feel like I've seen an uptick in drama and shit, but like there was already a good amount of drama before that situation happened. So I don't even know if like how much that impacted. I don't know if it went from like a 10% increase or like a 50% increase, but like there was already a prerequisite amount of drama that like the VTuber community had. Not my day. Back in the day, I didn't see a whole lot of drama. I think because the drama is like being more publicized, and a lot of the time the drama was very much between smaller creators. I will say, since the Cinder situation, larger creators are getting into drama more. And I think that's what the difference is. It's really unfortunate, but frankly, I'd rather this be dug out the dirt now than the weeds fester, you know? Yeah. I could see that. There's always been petty drama, but people are starting to be wiser and more vocal about it. Yes, yeah. This year has just been too much drama and too many VTubers leaving. I wonder, are we okay? Is the VTuber community just dying? I feel like the entire, I guess, political environment, whether it just be in VTubing or any other things, like the entire spheres are shifting and changing, not for the better, in my opinion. We've had a couple of nuclear bombs in the past 3 years. Yeah, that is very true. And apparently there's premonitions that another one is coming. The trend of publicizing personal grievances as the first step baffles me. That I don't understand. I feel like, but like that also comes from and like stems from people not being able to like discuss things privately. Like, again, it's just people can't have adult conversations. Like, they cannot communicate like adults is time and time again like the root of all of these problems. I feel like the first 2 years starting 2020 were awesome in my opinion. Oh yeah, I started VTubing 3 years ago, two or 3 years, 2022 I think. I feel like from the start, like once I got into the community and like I really started seeing things, it's just drama every so often. I'll say since the Cinder situation, you know what? Yeah, since the Cinder situation, there has been more drama. At least it's been more like I'll have like a week where I'm covering something new every day. Like honestly, like this week, like I don't know what's happening specifically, but like it's also been a while since the Cinder situation. When was the Cinder situation? Yeah, the Cinder situation was what, the end of April? Which I did notice that she originally her apology was the pinned tweet, but she changed it back to her partial owner of Gamer Subs is the pinned tweet on her page, which is kind of funny. Next one is Taiki throwing me under the bus for not liking mangoes. Oh yeah, no, I will be releasing the doc on Cinder. He actually committed a hate crime earlier today. I have the video recording of it. He admitted to he did it, and people in chat warned him multiple times that this is racist, sexist, and homophobic if you do this next thing, and he did it. So that doc is coming out soon. So what the? Okay, I've seen so many bigger VTubers and smaller VTubers graduate or go on indefinite hiatus than usual. Like, it wasn't like this in the past year. Yeah, that it's happening. It's happening so much more. Now that I'm really like sitting and thinking about it, you are right. It's happening a lot more than like it has been ever before. I feel like all this stuff has been simmering for a while. Well, yeah, like the Femboy VTuber drama, like that stuff, it was stuff from November of 2023 that was like just now coming out. They had been working, I think they were working on this coordinated Google Docs attack against Shizu for like 10 months at this, or 9 months. In the time they could have had a baby, they were creating documents against another Femboy VTuber. This to me feels like a domino effect. Yeah. I won't say Cinder's the sole reason, but the whole situation really felt like it shattered the community. But I think Cinder will return. Her audience would be half. But oh yeah, I think Cinder will return too. Cinder opened Pandora's box. The Mango community will never forgive me. I remember one drama where a VTuber did a fundraiser for another streamer, but then stole it. Oh! And so a group of other VTubers pulled into a call on stream to confront her. And it was just all of them yelling at her. It was pretty bad. I think I know what you're talking about, actually. I don't think people are commonly equipped to deal with high-tension social warfare, especially for those who do this as a hobby and not as a job. Yeah. Hey, so I really think I know who you're talking about there, which is kind of funny and like ironic, but I can't go more into it, but I think I know who you're referring to. But yeah, I don't know, people like this stuff. This is the thing, is a lot of this stuff doesn't have to be public if people were just honest and like communicated how they're feeling. Like it's lying and manipulating is what almost all of these things are, or what they boil down to. When like if you were just honest and communicated properly with whoever was the other party in whatever issue that's like happening, it would never come to this. But time and time again, that's apparently like an impossible task to ask someone of, which I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't. You're right. Maybe it's also the current political climate. Yeah, everyone's on edge. The economy is crashing. I saw a VTuber have to pay $1,000 to keep her internet. Or we were fried. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've had multiple of my friends or like mutuals that like did some type of like fundraising or donathon recently for one thing or another. A couple of them like it was their taxes that like was fucking them. But I think just like the way everything is right now, like globally, is just roughing things up. Not everyone knows what to do with social media or PR on a professional level, or just do this for yes. Everyone or everything is sharper or on edge. Current state of the world, it's just not kosher, and it shows by negatively impacting others. Exactly. I feel dejected seeing all these graduations hiatus. There's so much petty drama going on. I'm gonna be real. I hate the sound. To sound like Place Japan, but I noticed that this never happens in the Japanese space. Yeah. Don't worry, y'all. I'm running for president next. I'll sort this out. Oh, fuck. Yeah, John for president with Wani as his VP. Make VTubers great. Stop! Average VTuber lifespan is 3 years. Really? Hey, can you give me a monthly check of $50K if you win? I don't think that will be possible, Gamma. No, but I'll give you a cabinet position, maybe? Oh my god. I didn't know the average VTuber lifespan was 3 years. Y'all, I'm passing my VTuber lifespan expectancy. I've been a VTuber for 3 years. Stuff like this does happen on the Japanese side. Oh, Big John Wani 2028. I used to be friends with a VTuber. It was fine until we had stupid dramas. Oh yeah, it seems to be what always happens. I haven't seen VTuber streams. I've seen VTubers stream for longer. There's a whole channel dedicated to the Japanese drama. Shit. I gotta go take a peek at that. I wanna know what's happening over there. I especially won't know anybody involved in that one. It's just not as public because Japan's societal norms are great. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, over here in like the West, as people refer to it, that people will just air all that shit out. Your fucking societal views on that are not the same. It was a dumb one. It was about a stream collab. We had a fight on the most stupidest things other that are, and it's just not getting translated. Oh yeah, the translation's probably not happening. That makes sense. Man, I want to know what's going on though. Fuck. All right, y'all. It's time for me to learn Japanese so I can learn the Japanese VTuber like drama and then translate it to y'all. That's the move. That's the move for sure. Oh man. Let me. I forgot I had this open. I'll teach you your first word. Momo means peach. Thank you, Aso. It's a team. What the fuck does that mean? What have you said here? What the fuck? Why is my Twitter not loading? Oh my god, I fucking... that stupid ass pose! Elon banned you? No! Oh my god. Fuck! Well, I did have something else I could have potentially covered and talked about, but this shit won't load, so I guess the fuck not. Very good Japanese, Big Sis J is what Satine said, basically. Thank you. I appreciate the translation tier. I would not have translated it myself. Thank you, tier. Oh my goodness. Y'all cracked me up. Dang, did they delete it? I don't know. My Twitter is just like not loading at all. Which like I don't know why. I'm too EP to translate right now, but you a real one. Thanks. Well, now that we're all caught up on all of the dramas that are going on in the VTuber community, I can't wait to see what Google Docs drops tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see the Google Doc of that person who was fucking the cosplayer that was dressed as she. That's fucking insane. I have to know what their defense is on that one. I've got to know. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. What? Oh yeah. There was, and whenever we were discussing the Femboy drama, Shizu VT, which is like the person that everybody's making their docs about, he had come out and said like, one of the people who's gonna make a doc on me is probably this person, and I was uncomfortable with this person because they met a fan that was cosplaying me and fucked that fan and then got into a relationship with that fan and made that fan of theirs cosplay Shizu every time like they met up. Which I just know one of my moodies is involved. What the? Not gonna lie, I low-key feel bad for the cosplayer, but like imagine being a second option because the person you're fucking with couldn't have had the real thing. No, like that's insane. That shit is wild to me. Like, how are you down that bad? That's why I want to see the Google Doc that comes from the person who was fucking that cosplayer. Cause they are working on it. Cause they like tweeted out like 3 hours ago. They said that like, I'm like so emotional, like having to write this, and like thank you everybody for the support. I'm telling you, I have got to know. I have got to know. They're coming out with what too? Yes. I have to see what theirs says. I have to know. I can't not. Everything a goddamn press conference. Hold on, I'm opening it up on my phone since my computer is not loading Twitter whatsoever. Oh my god. I just had to talk shit about it. It loaded. Incredible. Fuck, I'm on the wrong account. Oh my god, but switching back to my account was so easy. Hold on. I have to go back to the page. It could have been an email is the worst part. Oh yeah. See, wait, I'm pulling it back up. This part right here. Virtual meet and greet, and one of my fans showed up cosplaying as me. Then one of these people, Smonio, well, however you say their name, saw the cosplayer, invited them to join the group, saying it was fine because they were with me. Later, I found out Smonio ended up sleeping with that viewer later the same day. And then below is a photo of the cosplayer. The second image is the cosplayer on Smonio's account posting selfies. This was brought to my attention after I was told he was asked to bring the cosplay of me with him while visiting this person. That's insane. Insane. Who's that? It was the other person, or the other person without a doubt. Yeah, because it says he was asked to bring the cosplay of me while visiting the person that's making the document currently. Who told them, snitch? Yeah, and so I went to this person's page and they had tweeted out 4 hours ago, "This hurts to write. Thank you for your patience." How inflated is their self-image to sleep with a fan that cosplayed your own self? Well, no, this person was sleeping with a fan that cosplayed Shizu. So, Smonio slept with a fan cosplaying Shizu, and Shizu said that they found out that, they said not long before Smonio had told me they had feelings for me. So, hearing that they got involved with someone dressed as me felt uncomfortable and wrong. Also, Loki J, the coffee drama coverage was enlightening for real. It's nice to have it compiled to make it easier to come with an informed opinion on something a little larger than high school bullshit. Yeah, I got you. That's what I'm here for. I know y'all want the information, but y'all, they won't necessarily come across all of the information. I'll find the information and deliver it to y'all. That's what I've been saying. I don't want to research shit myself. Jay, do it for me. I got you. That's what my streams have been. Speaking of Japanese drama, some just hit my DM me right now. I'll cover it. That shit is insane. That's what I'm saying. Hitting with a viewer is weird in general because of the power dynamic. Yes, that is correct. And then the fact that you have them cosplaying as the VTuber that you have a crush on but couldn't get with is even more fucking insane. So yeah, I want to see this document come out from this person fucking who is another femboy. It's all femboys. Wait a minute, it's all femboys.
Both the people are femboys?
Yeah. I think so. Because Smonio is a femboy and the cosplayer was cosplaying a femboy. I think we need to cancel femboys. Oh my gosh. Shit, deadass sounds like a manga. It's nice to know the exact context because I only saw lefties writings imprecise of the beef. Imprecise or the beef lost to the plot, or like Itasha goes private, now suddenly Oshi Cafe is talking to Wall. Yeah, I got you. Come on, femboys. Oh, hold on, I just got sent the Japanese VTuber drama. For people who are wondering about the Kane's incident on the Japanese side, here's the clip to why people are mad and disappointed towards him. English subs.
お疲れ様。サノさんこれ。
Here we go.
みんなナイスだよ、みんなナイス。
コンちゃんいますか？好きにしていいよ。
待ってね、やだ、この人やだ。
この人やだ。
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there is a trigger warning. They made like a sexual assault, like rape joke. And so that, yeah, and this is Niji Sanji. And like this clip is basically like showing that off. Sorry, I forgot about the trigger warning. Thank you. See, and this is why I don't like to cover the more like serious things, because I gotta give trigger warnings that I forget, and I don't want to like accidentally trigger somebody like in chat or anything. But then also like I be covering petty drama shit. You were locked in. I wanted to know what was going on. I looked back over at Twitter and saw your TLDR. He said, wait. Yeah, so this is happening on all sides. It is not just on the English VTuber side. It's all around. It is all around. Talk about the trigger warnings and put them in the chat maybe for future considerations. That's what I've done before for one other document that had a trigger warning, is I put the trigger warning at the top. Or like I had pinned it in chat for anybody that like was concerned for those. But yeah, this was a very, very impromptu. That's what, no, you're fine. I should have looked back over at what was actually happening in like the TLDR that you gave. Oh, I just hit my knee. Oh, fuck. What's the song, by the way? Top Musica by Otto? Thank you. -1 knee. God fucking damn it. You know what? You know what? Y'all see this? Y'all see this motherfucker right here? This big red dog, Clifford looking ass. Y'all see this? This is Cinder Slash in chat right now. And what he did earlier today on his stream, he decided that it would be so fine and dandy if he shook me. That's not how this fucking works, bitch. I do all the shaking here. This is my thing. I shake you. You don't get to shake me back. Oh! Okay, there we go. You pulled this up so quick. I did. Listen, I'm ready with it. I'm always ready with it. Oh, fuck. Listen, don't think I've forgotten all the times you talk about, hi, I'm Cinder Slash, 2 for VTuber. I remember each and every one of those, you bitch. Okay? It's always fun watching people get shook. Huh? Don't me. You know exactly what I'm referring to. I have the clip. I can showcase the evidence right here, right now. Where's Twitch? Where's Twitch? Hold on. Cinder Slash. Gonna shake my dog on stream. Jeez, no. Please leave your triangular dog alone. Where videos? Give me the clips. How do I see clips from your shit? Hold up, I ain't a Japanese VTuber, chill. It's Dorito chip head ass. What are you, fucking isosceles triangle? Oh my god. Here we go. I found the clip. I'm pausing the music and everything. I want y'all to see the hate crime that Cinder committed earlier today. Where's my fucking... Here we go. Which he was told if he shook me that it would be racist, sexist, and homophobic. And yet he still did it. Even with the warning, he still chose these actions. All the VIPs, all my friends are here. Hi, Nick. The wombo combo of hate crimes. Exactly. Look at this. Look at this.
Xenia, not my OC. That's AJ Bay.
That is me.
This is Xenia bat form.
That is my bat form.
This is the same person. You see that?
I can beat that record. Babe, no!
Don't ever bet with your channel points. They're both going to scam you. Anyway.
Which is a lie.
What you do is you take both of them, right? Take both of them, right? You take 2 of them. Actually, they're not this big. They're like, respectively, compared to me, size-wise.
See, and then look at how small he made me. He said respectively.
Like maybe this big.
respectively compared to me, that big. Which is so fucked up. I said I can, not that I would, on the internet. Oh my god.
Take both of them, right? But for
Look at that.
For this sake, we're gonna make them a little larger, just for fun, right? You take these two, right?
You see this?
You take these two and you fucking shake them. You shake the shit out of them because they deserve it. Because they
I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. This was racist, sexist, and homophobic. So violent. A violent hate crime was committed against me. And then wait at the end. Listen to what he says.
So, hope you guys have enjoyed this game. My name is Cinderslash, 2form Vtuber, here on Twitch.tv.
See, he said the 2-4 V2. He not only committed such a violent hate crime, then stole my identity afterwards. He just killed you? Exactly. Proof right there. Y'all saw it live. So yes, the Cinder Slash document, both Cinders are getting canceled. Both Cinders now. Thank you for the Queen's Care package. Got to type out but have a good stream forever. Best 2form VTuber. Oh, get food. Okay. Thank you, Satine. Thank you for stopping by. They shaking your ass like a Polaroid picture. Their name is Andre 3000. No, this is so fucked up. Hey, listen, you might be a 2form VTuber, but I'm a 2form VTuber. You know what? It wasn't enough. I gotta shake him more. Hey, I let him off too light. He should have been absolutely throttled. I'm telling you, doctors are going to be absolutely amazed at the levels of shaken baby syndrome I'm finna give Cinder, because what the fuck? I'm teaching him a lesson. He's not living through this one. Absolutely not. So yeah. Don't get on my bad side. You will be shaken. Save me, Big John. No. He ain't saving shit. Jay about to pull out the... I can't. She is... Babe! I do not hit him. He is lying right now. Do not believe what this man is saying. Ask Montoma. Y'all know damn well Montoma is my biggest op. Of course, Montoma is going to agree with these allegations, these false allegations being put out against me. No, I do not beat my husband. I don't hit him. Blink once if you need help. Stop. He doesn't. I don't do anything like that. He's just lying. Have you ever seen the Throngler meme? What the fuck is that? The Throngler? Throngled? Hold on, I have to look this up. What the fuck is a Throngler? All I'm gonna say is the dock is long. Stop. What the fuck is throngling? I feel like I'm not understanding this meme, and like people are not making it clear either. It's a fucking magic sword meme from ages ago. The shorter the name of the weapon, the deadlier it is. Oh, okay. Yes, please send me the OG post. I'm not understanding. I feel like a fucking boomer right now. Okay, I see. All right, hold on. Can I open this in browser? Here we go. The fewer words a magic sword name has, the more dangerous it is. You don't want to be on the wrong end of the Dark King, Groot Moore's edge of annihilation. But don't get me wrong. But you for sure don't want to be on the wrong end of something called the Throngler. There's only... With the other edges of annihilation implies other Dark Kings with other edges of annihilation, but there is only one way to get Throngled. Okay, I'm understanding now. Meemaw, You know what? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Cinder's getting fucking throttled. Oh god. Nor the iFunny watermark. No, you're fine. I don't ever care about if things have like an iFunny or steak watermark or anything like that. I've never understood people that like put real weight behind those things. I don't get it. Personally, I don't get it. Lord Fugros broadsword of ass destruction versus the Warblinger. Yeah, no, for sure. I understand. I understand this now. It makes sense. It makes sense. Most used weapon in Warframe just named the Throngler explicitly because of that post. iFunny is a cesspool of alt-right weirdos and creepy motherfuckers. Oh my god, really? I had no idea. I didn't have anything better than Throngler. No, that's a fantastic name. Oh man. Okay. I think we've got oh, it's okay, Cinder. I forgot about Repo 2. I'm just gonna put another poll up for us to do it sometime. I'll probably do that off stream at some point, so that also opens up the availability so for when we can play Repo. But don't even worry about it. I will say I'm about wrapped up for stream today. I'll catch y'all tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. CST. Oh, I forgot to give y'all the raid message. I was about to just send y'all out. Here's the raid message if you are not subscribed. Here's a raid message if you are subscribed. I'm sending y'all over to Michi Mango Mochi, who is playing Outlast Trials with her homies. Thank you, everybody, as always, for stopping by. We'll see if we have more drama to cover tomorrow. If not, I might actually get back into playing a video game. Who knows? But for now, that'll be all. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. And let's get this raid started. I have to wait a minute. Michi's ad breaks just started. We're not raiding out yet. You know what? I can start the raid. We're just gonna sit at the timer for a while before I actually click it to like send y'all over. But like her ads like just started. Thanks for streaming. It's just so fucked up. Y'all, you know what? Y'all hear the ending music for a little bit. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. And let's get this raid started. Bye-bye.